Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes!
We're here. Talk hoops and more things. Before we get into the episode, be sure to leave a like. Be sure to subscribe. We got a lot of cool things happening on today's episode, fellas. How we doing?
Feeling amazing, man. Spent the whole day almost yesterday outside, so I'm feeling good.
I love when you say it. Like, you be saying, I'm feeling amazing.
You don't sound
Shit
like
don't
it.
sound amazing. It sound like you
But he was doing this,
hit
though.
a game winner.
What's this you do?
Oh, I don't know.
He's punching the button on the inside.
I be punching the
It's
inside.
a fidgeter.
He's just punching.
He's definitely a fidgeter.
He's
That
definitely.
leg moved for 2.5 hours straight.
When he get
every
nervous,
Tuesday.
that leg is gonna move and move and move.
But you know, I thought it was nervousness, but sometimes it just happens.
Yeah.
He don't even be nervous. He just be chilling. He just
Yeah,
have it going.
sometimes I'm just a leg shaker. I don't know why.
Do you leg shake while you eat?
I don't think so.
Do you think it's the caffeine you drink every day?
No.
No?
No.
What's that on your
You
sock?
be a leg shaker,
Did you
just not a
highlight
leg
color?
puller.
That's ethical.
No, that's the Ethica.
None of my when they sent that, I didn't have any of the socks with that.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think I have two of them that's like that.
Okay. They gave you the
Is that the ones they sent?
Yeah.
That was like 10 years ago.
How often do y'all buy new socks?
All the
underwear?
time. All the time.
Every
All the time.
week. Too many socks.
I have too many socks.
I just
too.
went to Skims the other day, bought a bunch of boxes, said, let me get two of these socks as well.
Skim socks. I don't know if I've ever tried.
I got
I-
so many
I-
socks that my sock, I don't have a sock drawer. I have a sock
I have a
bin.
basket.
Yeah.
I have got a
Because
basket.
they can't fit all in the drawer. But there's like tags on them. So like when I got these, I'm wearing one. I would have ripped it out of a pack and just threw the pack back in there. It's just
Every
again,
time I go
too
to
many socks.
Skims, they only got like smalls and mediums of socks. And then
Yeah, it's a store for us, man.
Can you
said-
order a large?
You just got to look through. I guarantee you don't.
I
look through.
have. I even asked the worker, and
Yeah, you
I've
can
asked the
order
workers, and they came and looked through, and they'd be like, "Well, we don't
'Cause
have any."
I felt the same way when I just went, but I'm like, you know what? I'm really gonna look. I'm about to look through all of these, and it was medium, small, medium. It was a lot of mediums, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
a
It's
lot
such
of mediums.
A funny
And then
store
I found the large.
to have like real security in,
Yeah, like I
like
got
a
dudes
suited
by the
security
door.
guard. I'm like,
Yeah.
do people about to be stealing from scams?
I believe they would.
Oh yeah, a lot of those. I mean, a lot of those stores over there.
But that's like Gucci and
Yeah.
Louis
Yeah.
Vuitton, and then Skims.
That's why that's why when you pull in, the police are sitting right there in the turnaround.
No, but he's saying
They just
for
have it.
Gucci and Louis.
Yeah.
He didn't think that they would have it for Skims because it's not a high end.
Yes.
Kim K don't play about her stuff.
I see.
That's one thing that's bothering me though. If they ain't got your side, they're supposed to be an inclusive brand, but they ain't got big men draws.
No, I get boxes all the time. I say socks.
Socks. Okay.
Every time I'm going in there to get underwear, I try to grab some socks. And
Yeah,
I
that
only see
underwear,
mediums.
that double X, XL, they got the whole bottom drawer.
Yeah.
The whole bottom drawer. And then y'all little dudes got the top drawer, and then somebody like me is in the middle.
Hey, Kim K, hit us up. We know y'all NBA sponsored. You know,
Not
we
only
can-
should they hit us up, but like we really weird. Like I just threw away every boxer. that
what I
ain't
tell you,
Skim.
Mike.
You told me I can underwear check you every day.
Well,
That sounds wrong. But he said if he don't got Skims boxes on, he owe me $100.
no, I say you could put a gun to my head.
Oh,
Can I get
that's
the $100
crazy.
instead? No, I'd rather do that instead of putting the gun.
I'm
to
right
it.
with him. I officially threw all.
I
of
just
it in
don't.
the
I just don't
garbage.
even own. Either I got Skims on or I'm free balling.
I'm never.
That's
free
the only way
baller.
you're not gonna catch
I'm
me.
never
This is
free
like-
baller. So I
No,
always
this is
got
like a
Skims
few
on.
weeks-
Free balling these jeans.
This was a few weeks ago when everybody was walking out. That's why I brought it up. But I think KB had like kind of reminded me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, boxer check." And then he had flashes of Skims. I'm like, "Okay, you doing your thing."
There's no way that story can be told without it being taken the wrong way by somebody.
Boxer check.
Boxer check.
That's how they hide it from us, D-Mills. He wasn't boxer
Pierre was
check.
right there. D-Mills was right there too.
I know. That's how y'all hide it.
We didn't have, no, it was in plain sight.
Boxer check
Ain't
myself.
no need to. No, I'm saying y'all hide it by doing boxer check when you already know what type of boxes you got on.
No, I don't.
You do. That's
I
why he
don't.
said you can put a gun to his head. He ain't tell me or Darrick that. He said that to you.
I think I was just right next to him when he said when he was talking.
Oh, okay.
He might have said that to you if he was right.
I'm right next to him too.
Either way, Kim K or anybody in the Skims team, hit us up because we do this Skim shit.
Yeah, and if you hit us up, let's talk about it over dinner.
The only thing is like if we're gonna do photo shoots, I'm gonna just need just a little bit of enhancements, so I can win the
What
meet
type
off.
of enhancement?
I just want to win the meet off.
What type of enhancement?
Some Photoshop.
Oh, Photoshop.
They got AI.
I ain't know if you meant Photoshop or Blue Chew.
They can hit us up too, man. We taking all sponsors, baby. Taking all sponsors. We got to drop the mic.
We do. My favorite time of the year is the playoffs coming up. And you know a lot of people like to say, man, I had OKC coming in. I had the Celtics coming in, even though that's not their team. So this your one time to have it out there for people to see. Yeah, you got your main team. But what's the other team you're rocking with for this playoffs?
The team we're rooting for, or the team we think will win? Because I
Either
think those
rooting for.
I am rooting for out west, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Same. Dio DeSumo edition. Kind of makes you gravitate towards them.
Even though I don't feel really confident in them at all at this moment in time, but I do have them as my team that I'm rooting for. I also did A-Rod's pod like a month or so ago, and he was kind of cool. He invited us to Minnesota, so maybe we're going to catch one of the games. That's if they make it far, I guess. But
Why would we wait for them to make it far? Because we leave it in the air. We need to go out there while it's a
You want to go game one of, well, I guess game three, because they're not going to host their series, it look like. Game three of the postseason? How far is Minnesota, Dick? I know you've been there a lot.
Derrick has not been to Minnesota. He's
Either
been
way.
in Milwaukee.
No, he's been in Minnesota a
My
lot too.
family lives in Minnesota.
Oh, I ain't know
My
that.
brother and sister lives there. I used to spend my whole summers there.
So when the last time you been?
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe in middle school.
So why did you just say that to me like I'm an idiot? My whole family live out there, but you ain't been out there in 20 years? I mean, I've been more recent than you if it's been 20 years.
Yeah, I haven't been in a minute.
I just know he's been there a lot.
Yeah, the drive is a lot longer than it's verbalized. I would say
I think
that.
it's about 8 hours.
I don't know if it's that long.
Let's see. Let me put in all of America.
Don't worry. It's a 5 hours, 54 minutes from right here.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
to get-
see, that don't sound
That's
that
not
bad.
too bad.
That was our reaction.
And then
But
you was on the
we
road.
got on the road and was like, hold up. You might have thought it was 8 hours because that 5 hours can feel like 8 hours.
Yeah.
It's
But
just,
again,
it's
it
just
would-
going straight through Wisconsin, huh?
It was
Well, if you want to get to where Mall of America is, it's 6 hours and 34 minutes.
When you went to Mall of America, and this had to be so long ago, you probably don't remember. I know it's like, is it the biggest mall?
it is, but it's a
Yeah.
very disappointing experience.
Is it one of the malls where you walk in and it's Auntie Annie's, Auntie Annie's, Auntie Annie's?
7 Lego stores.
Yeah, that's why it was disappointing. So me and my the reason I went, I don't have no family. We went to go to Mall of America.
Damn, you don't have no family?
In Minnesota. No. Not that I know of in Minnesota. We went to the Mall of America for the Mall of America. And we were so excited. We was going to shop and do all these different things. And we did some of that. But the biggest mall in the world, or however the U.S. that they advertise it as, is that cheating. They got 10 lids. Like there's
How many
like
hats
all
can you get?
Yeah, it's just like 17 Foot Lockers versus it being like all of these different stores. And they do have a lot, and I haven't been there. Like when I went, it was before the pandemic. So maybe they made some changes.
When that happened, do y'all think the inventory in those stores are exactly the same?
Yes.
Or do you have to go to third floor lids for the White Sox?
I think the
and
inventory
Cubs
is the
on
same.
first floor?
Yeah.
Only because when I went, Zach LaVine, this like when he was starting to take off. And so I was trying to find a Timberwolves Zach LaVine jersey. And they didn't have any. So they're like, let me get a jersey shirt. And they didn't have any in my size. And so I went to like 3 of the stores trying to find my size, and they all had just out of my size. So I'm like, what is the point of even having 7 stores if y'all all got the same stuff? But yeah, you been to Mall of America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got the big old Lego thing in there. They got it.
They have roller coasters?
Yeah.
They got roller coasters. Yeah, they got a movie theater.
I'm always skeptical about those roller coasters in malls.
I'm skeptical about every roller coaster in every place.
No, I just don't trust a roller coaster you took out of a suitcase. Just don't trust it.
Out east, the team I'm rooting for, I fake maybe. I don't think it's any team that I'm overly rooting for. Like Minnesota, I'm overly rooting for. The Cavs, maybe.
I'm rooting for the Cavs.
Out of all the teams out east, maybe it's the Cavs that I'm rooting for the most. Love me some Donovan Mitchell. Love me some Evan Mobley. So that might just be enough.
Obviously rocking with the Knicks. But you said outside of them. So for the East, outside of the Knicks, I'm rocking with my Hornets. Gotta rock with my Hornets. And then I'm also obviously rooting for Jalen Johnson, whatever they do. And then out west, I'm rocking with the San Antonio Spurs just because I feel like I was one of the first people that was stamping them as a team that could be a contender early in the season before De'Aaron Fox even was able to return. So I'm going to just ride that wave out. I know a lot of people on the bandwagon now. A lot of people see the vision now.
I can attest to you saying that, like, I don't know, maybe a couple games into the season, I vividly remember you saying, like, you have him as a contender. And
Yeah, so I'm gonna continue to rock that one out.
yeah.
But that's a good question because I feel like it's a lot of teams that people. It's like some rootful teams out there in the mix. You got the Hornets. You got the Spurs are new. I think the Pistons as like a 1 seed that still feel underdogish. Jason Tatum returning is a good little thing for people, even though it's with the Celtics. I know the Celtics don't have, fans outside of their actual fans. You got the Timberwolves. The Hawks are hot right now. So it's a lot of teams. The Clippers.
I got to go with the Cavs for my team that I'm rooting for out east. I've been really feeling like Donovan Mitchell just kind of been floating a little bit underneath the radar in terms of like close to his peers.
For sure.
And then James Harden, always rooting for him to get over the hump. So I'm rooting for the Cavs.
Yeah, he just had a stretch, man. I'm talking about Donovan Mitchell, where he missed so many, like his 3-point shot had just gone. And then yesterday he had a good 3-point shoot night, so I'm hoping that's how he get back on track. But in the last 10, he was shooting 30% from 3. And it don't feel like that when you're watching, Last 20, also 30%. So this is not just a stretch. That's 20 games. That's a fourth of the season he had been struggling to shoot. So hopefully he just got back on track with their win versus Utah Jazz.
For me, Detroit, I just love their side of basketball. The physicality, the defense. And then also, it's hard not to root for Cade Cunningham, especially when you talk about how he's turned his whole franchise around and made them relevant. And also out west, I'm going to go Minnesota. I think I'm going to go Minnesota, especially with the Iowa edition. I might be rooting for the Lakers a little bit, Mike. I like how they kind of turned that around a little bit. I'm happy for 41-year-old Bron still doing this thing, Aiden having a little resurgence
put a
late in the
smile
season.
on my face.
Luka having an MVP.
Now, if they go against each other, both your West teams go against each other, who get the edge?
Minnesota.
I thought so.
Yeah, I figured too. I'm not mad at it.
What team did you say for the West?
I didn't even give a team for the West. I only picked the East team.
For the West team for the West,
because he can't root against anybody but the Lakers out west.
He said no, but he said, but we know y'all team. So
if not y'all, then who?
It's gonna sound so weird, but my favorite player, they've been playing with his name, and people been talking about the Nuggets like they just not that stuff. I'm rooting for the Nuggets.
Who was your favorite player?
One of my favorite players is Nikola Jokic.
I thought your favorite player was Ja Morant.
I thought your favorite player was Austin Reeves.
It's like top 3. It's funny because all my favorite players, my top favorite players are Jokic, Austin Reeves, and Luka Doncic right now.
Wow.
No more Ja?
You got to play to become a favorite player, don't you?
Is he still top 5?
No. It's hard to have a man top 5 when he hasn't done anything in like 2 years, it felt like, really.
Fake fan.
Who else is in that top my favorite player list for you? Because you shifted. Because earlier in your watching life, you had the Brandon Knights of the world, like okay players, but all the guys you just mentioned are like top of the line.
The people that everybody like. Jokic.
Well, I think the reason I like those guys so much is because my style of play, like on the basketball court, you could be a blind man until I can't play like them, but like to have very little athleticism and to be so dominant and to be able to do the things you can in a league full of athleticism, I think that's so amazing. I think it's a guy that could drop 50 points without even having to do a dunk or a rim grazer. He could just get his buckets. I think that's one of the best things like I enjoy to watch.
I'm not mad at that.
Do you hate watching them 3 defend?
Do I hate watching them defend?
As a non-defender,
because they defend like me. They defend just like me.
As a non-defender,
I know. It's hard to
can.
keep up with them fast dudes when you're not athletic yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to get to around the league like we always do on these episodes. We just had a game last night with the Detroit Pistons. We're very close without Cade, without Durham, without Stewart, without Toby to beat in the OKC Thunder. A game where Shea had 47 at the end of it in an overtime game. I don't know. I just wanted to give the flowers to the Pistons because I think that everybody has just, not everybody, but most people have just looked at them at the lens of like lack of shooting come postseason and so on and so forth. That sometimes you got to just call a spade, and this team is well coached. They're a deep-ass team, and they're a competitive team on a nightly basis, even without all of those people playing. So shout out to them. It would have helped a lot if they were able to close out that game, but maybe the MVP of the league was on the other side.
I was impressed to see the guys that, like, when they have players step up, they really show up. And I thought guys like Marcus Sasser and Javonte Green, them spacing the floor is big. I think it's like, even if it's not in the same amount of minutes as they got last night when they get people back, getting these guys in spurts and having Javonte Green out there and him having like being hot from three, a Marcus Sasser hot from three, they're going to need some type of 3-point benefit. If you look at it, I think they hit 16 threes compared to like OKC's like 10. In those super gritty games, those threes can sometimes be the difference. Those one extra point, if you get a couple extra of those, and it can make all the difference for them down the stretch.
I mean, Tolu Smith and
Tolu
Paul
Smith.
Reed,
Okay, I was like, where are you going with this?
they did a good job on offensive glass too, getting them extra possessions. Paul Reed had a few big ones late in the game. They both had 4. So when you're going against a team like OKC, you got to go out there and get what you can. And as a team, they were able to collect 15 offensive rebounds. So that's what you need when you're shorthanded going against a juggernaut like OKC. You got to go out there and just get extra possessions and outwork them. They also played Dort off the court as well.
Dort is getting to the point now, he's just not valuable anymore.
Yeah, it's getting to that point.
He's just not closing games off.
Yeah, and they just weren't guarding him.
He used to be a staple in the Thunder thing in my mind, where it's like, there's no way I could picture this team being
Moving on for him.
without him being in a uniform. But like, I'm getting to the point where he's highly
It
replaceable.
feels inevitable.
I think it's really come down to the fact that they have so many damn good defenders.
Yes. There's so many guys that I'd rather see on the floor next to Shea and different things than Lou Dort, respectfully, because he does bring a certain defensive presence, right, that helps them and has been a part of their ascension to the top. But when you start talking about how expensive their top 3 guys are and managing money, I like the A.J. Mitchells of the world more, in my
And
opinion.
then they already paid Caruso, and he's been closing out these games as a recent.
Yeah.
And then
How many
depending
more,
on
He had an incredible pass late in that game as well, Caruso. To
Do
who
y'all
was
know
that
how
under
many-
the rim?
I
Case
can't
and
remember.
Wallace?
Yeah, I think it was Case.
Yeah.
Do y'all know how many more years? Does Dort only have one?
I think
one
he's a
more
free
year?
agent this year.
I was gonna say, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was thinking of what would his value be like, but it feels like it's just a little too late now to like see what you can gauge.
Yeah, the Detroit Pistons, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're giving them flowers.
No, he has a team option next year for $18 million.
So free agent this year.
They can decline. It's in their hands.
18 million? He's not worth 18 million at this point. Maybe it's a restructure, or maybe they just let him
Yeah,
go
I can see the
completely.
restructure.
Yeah.
Because especially win a championship, who says he wouldn't want to be back?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if the market ain't like overwhelmingly offering him money. But the Detroit Pistons, man, they just play. I think their brand of basketball fits the playoffs so well. They're such a gritty, tough team. They know their strengths, they know their weaknesses, and they find ways to just get the most out of their players, which is a sign of a good culture. You know, we've have our optimisms about the playoffs, and depending on who they're going against, and the healthiness of Cade Cunningham and all of those things. One of the things that I will say, my favorite, it's almost like an oxymoron. One of my favorite things about the Pistons is the physicality that they play with. But I feel like in a game like last night, and we've seen similar things in the Knicks and Pistons series last year, where sometimes their physicality also gets them in trouble. And it can be the thing that hurts them a little bit, where you see like an Asar Thompson pile on those fouls. You see Beef Stew get into altercations and get ejected, and
Ron
different
Holland
things like
fouled
that.
out too.
Yeah, and he was trying to go back and forth with the ref to the point where JB had to tell him, like, bro, just go sit down, man. Just go sit down. So I want to see if they can find that middle ground. Because man, you need when you got the options of having the Ron Hollands, the Asars, the Beef Stews, it's just gonna always give you a chance, in my opinion, no matter who you're playing against. Because that physicality, that defense, it's threatening, man. It really is.
Yeah, they got Cade went down 5 minutes into the game versus the Wizards. They get that win. They beat the Warriors. They beat the Lakers. They lose by 1 to the Hawks. That was the one that I missed, but y'all said that somebody had a layup one and they missed it, or
Yes, Jalen Duren.
Oh, Jalen Duren, yeah, he short-armed the
then they beat the Pelicans, the Wolves, and then they just lost by 4 to OKC.
And they whooped the Wolves' ass.
So yeah, they beat them by 22. So the 2 losses post Cade's injury is like 1 point loss where you're 1 shot away, and then an overtime loss against the defending champions.
It's really good stuff.
That's very, very impressive.
And they've been doing this all year. Whenever somebody's out, they just go out in there and they somehow or another manage to pull out.
So what the hope could be is that you have the standings.
Yep.
Who are those teams in play to be that 8th seed?
Right now, to be the 8th seed, it is between the 76ers, the Magic, the Heat, and the Hornets.
They probably would want the Magic, huh?
The Magic fucking suck, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, out of those 4 teams,
Because they could
Yeah.
have a good situation where you go into a first round series, and I don't want to ever fix my lips to say that they don't need Cade Cunningham, because they always are going to need Cade Cunningham. But you want the most relaxed series as possible to kind of, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Because it feels like if I'm damn near gonna bite that apple on Philly. I ain't gonna lie. Like, Philly is still intriguing. I'm trying to like not even look at them so I don't get into the, oh man, they could come in and be a sneaky. I'm trying to just not even look.
Yeah.
But it's just like the temptation is there.
Oh, for sure.
It's like,
Especially with everybody getting healthy at the right time.
and I feel like that's a team where the Pistons would have to kind of bring the full guns blazing potentially in a series like that. Because if you don't have Cade, or if you're trying to let him rest, Tyrese Maxey coming in still a game 1. You know what I'm saying? So
It's just the Magic. They lost. They just had some really bad losses.
at the wrong time.
They lost to the Hawks. That game, I don't remember that game being close. It ended up being just a 12-point loss. But then they got blown out by the Hornets. They lost to the Lakers by 1.
then they lose to the
They
Pacers
lost to the
last
Pacers
week?
Yeah,
by 2.
Pacers.
They
That's
lost
crazy.
to the Cavs by 5, which was a very
And then the
high-scoring
one win
game.
they had is against the Kings.
Yes, they beat the Kings 121 to 117. And then last night they got blown out by 50 plus to the Raptors. Not last
52.
night, Sunday.
And not only that, the Raptors had the biggest unanswered run in the history of this sport.
Yes, they went on a
31-0 run.
The 30. I don't even understand how you give up 30 straight points.
Somebody had a clip, because I didn't watch this game live, of all the possessions that the Magic had while the Raptors are going through this run. And it's fucking crazy that they don't even look like, they look like an AAU team that just got thrown together.
They was turning the ball
It was
over, bad shots.
man.
It was disgusting.
And I don't know, maybe it's just too late in the season and we got spoiled a little bit because 2 coaches got fired with 3 games left last year. I don't know how Jamal Mosley is able to get on that plane back to Orlando.
Yeah.
Dang, he can't get on a plane?
No, find another way home, man. What they say, what you see that clip of Nico Harrison flying commercial?
All flying.
That's you, man. There's like, in my mind, a 0% chance he's the coach next season, right?
Yeah, especially after this.
Yeah, these
After
bad
this,
losses.
it's just too.
I don't
Pacers
understand
loss
how,
was
as a
it.
coach, you allow a 30-0 run to happen. You can tell me you couldn't have dropped one good play to get y'all one easy look, or get you something, or to at least get a stop. Like, I don't know. I don't know. That's inexcusable. And as the players on the court, they got to be better too.
You know what I should have done? I didn't watch the post-game interview of this. I should have watched every post-game interview from Magic players and coaching staff. Because what do you say? We not only did we lose by 52, we're in the record book, as on the other side of the record book. The other side of the record book, 31-0. 31-0 is like what you do when you play 2K against your like 6-year-old nephew.
Yeah.
Dog, these college teams are the number 1 team in the nation. The number 1's playing against the 16 seeds, and that's not happening there.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah.
These are future NBA players against guys that are about to get regular jobs, or they might coach or something, but have no chance of going to the NBA, and that's not happening.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I don't get that.
It's a tough time. So of these teams, 2 of these teams will not make the postseason this year. I want us to answer 2 questions. First question is, who would you like to not make it? And the second question, who do you think has the least odds? So it's like, what do you want versus what do you think will happen?
The Magic, I would love to see not make it. No hate. They just haven't had a season that has been intriguing or appealing to me.
And it's straight up not fun in comparison to these other teams.
Yeah. Then it gets tough because I want Philly. Also want the Hornets. I feel like the Hornets to me have to be a team that make it.
They just got to, we talked about it on Linear, but their end of their season schedule is so crazy. They're like, I think the best thing that could happen for the Hornets, they end up 8. So you get 2 shots to win 1 game.
Yeah.
But the way the end of their schedule looks, man, it feel like they're probably going to end up in one of these
But
9
they
or 10
could beat-
spots.
they-
They are a lock to be in a play-in.
Yeah.
And at that point, they playing teams of their talent level to get into the playoffs. That's the one thing
And I
they have
trust
to
them a
continue.
lot in those situations.
Yeah. They got to continue to remind themselves that, all right, It's us, Philly, the Heat,
In Orlando.
and Orlando. We can beat any of these teams on any given night. We ain't got to worry about beating the Knicks or the Celtics right now, even though they can do that as well. So I would say I'm with Darrick. Obviously, I'm a little biased to Orlando. They got Javon, so I would love to have seen them in the playoffs. But my bias don't play a part if they're going to play how they play. If you losing to the Pacers this late in the season, a team that don't even want to win.
Yeah.
Pacers don't even want to win the game, and you're finding a way to lose to them. You're going down to the wire with the King. They beat the Kings 121-117.
Yeah.
If that's the basketball that you're giving us right now with your season on the line, I don't want to see you in a series because you're just going to waste my time.
Yeah.
I want to see a 76er team with the hope of them having 8-3 guys, be competitive. I want to see a Hornets team that ain't got nothing to lose, put it all on the line. And it's tough because Miami is also a team that looks like they have some DNA for the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
We just saw what Tyler Hero was able to do. You got a guy that can close out a game offensively. You got Bam Adebayo. You got a good coach in Eric Spoelstra. But it does feel like this would be the 9th season in a row of just watching the Heat be in a play-in and be an 8th seed and potentially win a game. They win that one game. That's like, uh-oh.
Which is so tough because they started the season so hot.
Yeah.
And like, I know it kind of died down, and I think y'all did a really good job of just kind of explaining, like, y'all didn't think that was really sustainable, just the way how they were kind of playing. They keep that same play style, but it just don't have the same feel. Like, you wouldn't see that they started off the season like that and how they did, and they would have this feel like they had the same record as last year. It's like it felt like there was no progressive jump. But I would rather see I'm right with y'all, though. I don't want to see the Magic in there. I think every option is probably just better than them at this point. Even I think Philly with their struggles. I
just think that playoffs will be better with Joel, Paul.
Yeah, their
George.
ceiling is the highest out of all.
Yeah.
It's because it's a half-court game, too. I do worry about what they do defensively, though, and, like, how they move around. Obviously, Joel Embiid is not – it's not the same defender he was, like, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And then same thing with Paul George, who is still a really good player, but I think you just have, like – you're really depending on that half-court offense. We just finna out-talent you.
Yeah. My selfishness, Hornets and Philly would
the
be
two
my
that make it?
two teams that I would really love to see in the playoffs.
I feel that. I think
The Celtics in the Hornets?
No.
Sixers.
Sixers.
I think that I agree with that. Would be my favorite scenario of all of them. What I think is the most realistic is that it's the Heat and the 76ers that make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
It would be, such a travesty for the team that has the best net rating since January 1st to miss the postseason completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it might happen.
I think the Heat and the Hornets ended up making it. I think they're probably they are the better teams of the four in that bracket.
But you got to hope one of them win soon because today they'd have to go against each other.
So, yeah.
One of them have to be eliminated to make it happen.
I think Magic might drop. They're one of the teams that's like,
Do you even want to go to a postseason right now if you're on that roster? Don't you just want the season to be over?
No, but the thing that makes me mad is it wasn't too long ago where they were looking really good. And this is when Franz was out, but like Paolo was leading the charge, Desmond Bain was on fire.
My boy Darrick said they quiet now.
Anthony Black was doing his thing. But I also remember when they were on a 5-game streak, I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they just end up on a 4-game losing streak.
That's been their story this whole year. Yeah.
So it's frustrating they haven't been able to hit a consistency level from an on-court standpoint or like a health standpoint, and then also just on floor.
They scored 87 points in an NBA game. Think about that.
That's just unheard of.
87, 37% from the field.
Some teams are getting that halfway through the third quarter
That's
now.
nasty, man. That's nasty. Shout out to the Raptors. That team defends their ass off. I bet they advanced stats look crazy after this game.
Yeah.
They may have jumped 7 spots.
Scotty
offensively
Barnes
and
been on an
defensively.
assist.
Yes, no, he's been killing.
rampage.
Can Mike Malone fix this team?
It'll take more than they're going to need more than a coaching change. They're going to need they need coaching and roster changes.
But I think they probably just do one and not the other.
Yeah.
I think they bring in a better coach and be like, let's see what we got with this guy.
There's no
before we-"
way that this same team is coming back.
You think so?
Yeah.
You mean something big?
No, I'm not saying Franz or Desmond Bain ain't going to get traded, but something going to happen. There's just no way that they're going to bring back this same team. I don't know what the move is going to be. I'm not saying it's even going to be a big-ass move, but I just can't see them bringing back this same team.
You mentioned Scotty Barnes. His last couple games, He had a 20.7 rebound, 10 assist game, a 9.8 rebound, 12 assist game, a 23.12 assist game, and then a 23.15 assist game. Point Scotty. Point
Shout out to
Scotty's here, man.
doing his thing, bro.
Oh, and that last game he didn't play in the fourth quarter because they were up by 52.
So I'm gonna say this: when I picked Cooper Flag for the pick set last week, the last one we did, it was between him and Scotty because I took Flag's assists, and I didn't get it. Today, Scotty is on the board, but I said, you know what? I don't want to be the one that misses out. Like he did 15, 12, 13. And then I take him and he gets 7 assists. So like I might have missed my time, so I'm gonna fall back.
That's
we'll
how I
see.
felt about Kawhi. Kawhi
He was hot and you took
and I was like, I'm not even going.
His stuff be so heavy, like 29 and a half, 30 and a half.
But what's crazy, he was smoking that shit. Like,
But that's how it was for
His
Luka.
last 2 games, he hasn't gotten it.
yeah.
Luka's stuff was at 33 and a half. He was smoking it too. It's like, bro, I
Luka
don't
points
even-
be insane. Like I understand why, but like he makes it to where you don't even want to touch
But
it.
then you look up and it's like, he got 17 in the first quarter.
Hell yeah, that's exactly happy.
Moving on to one of the bigger pieces of news over the last 48 hours. The Bulls have officially released Jaden Ivey after, this is from Shams Charania, after his recent anti-LGBTQ comments amidst several rants on religion and other topics. Big conversation right now. For the 90th year in a row, Bulls PR is in the gutter.
Yeah, I just want to wish him well. It's a lot of like, I don't know all the details of what he's going through and what he's got going on. It's always, other personal things that you're kind of dealing with. I just want to wish him well. I thought with the Pistons, like he was showing some things that, yeah, he missed a lot of time, but he was doing really good in their rotation. I was happy that he came to the Bulls. It's just a new spot, but it sucks to see a player just have like shortcomings in the NBA when there was potential there.
Yeah, man, I really I feel for him. Obviously, it's a tricky situation because don't want anybody to be offended as well. So I understand the NBA coming in some form of fashion. I kind of wish it wasn't necessarily a wave, just because I clearly, for me, and maybe y'all agree or disagree, it looks like he needed a little bit of help.
Yep.
And so I'm hoping that, somewhere the NBA comes in and make sure they do what they can do to make that happen. And I wish the Bulls could have been by that, because the waving is kind of dismissive of the Bulls for a player that has only been on the team for about 3 weeks, it feels like. And I think that Bulls could have aligned themselves with the LGBT community and let it be known that they don't support that, and maybe a suspension or something. But I think help is needed, and I agree with Mike that it's a tough thing to witness. One of my favorite players when I was not even when I was growing up, I might have been in high school. I always tell this story because it just gives you a different perspective of exactly what happens with something like professional sports. So there's a guy by the name of Tyler Honeycutt who went to UCLA.
Shout out to Honeycutt.
Tyler Honeycutt was a really good player at UCLA, 6'8" wing, but he was an older guy. I think he played maybe 3 or 4 years at UCLA, and didn't really get a chance to stick in the NBA. And it was a tough grasp for him, to the point where he started to face real depression. And his mom was saying that he would, sit in his room and kind of smoke weed and just wasn't being himself. And then one particular day, she was really concerned because he had a gun and she thought he would harm himself. So she called the police and got help. And Tyler Honeycutt, from all of the recaptures of the story, because I wasn't there, obviously, and I don't want to misspeak, I believe it was said that he shot at the police. And so the police it became like a standoff, and they had to get in the house. And when they finally got in the house, he had a self-inflicted gunshot wound. But I say all of that to say that the mental aspect of people don't really understand how good you have to be in the NBA. People think they know, but take, for instance, Theo Pinson. Y'all have seen he has a podcast. Theo Pinson was the #1 player in America. But he was a joke on Twitter because he was just a guy on the bench dancing, because he was a hell of a teammate and a stand-up dude that he wasn't going to pout. He just worked his tail off and was in the NBA, and he was happy because he knew being in that NBA, you're still in that 1%.
Bro, you do
people
what you
that
can
know,
control.
Theo Pinson can hoop.
He had a
Yeah.
triple-double in the NBA.
But the NBA is just that. It's where you can be one of the best players in the entire country and then get to the NBA and it still ain't, and sometimes that's just what the game is, where you can give it your all and it still ain't enough. But for a lot, like that's a tough thing to overcome mentally. And so a lot of times we see things kind of veer off. And I don't think people really understand the magnitude of being a 4, 5, 6-year-old and you dedicate every single thing to
Exactly.
one craft and you're actually good. The work panned out. You got to your dream destination, but it still ain't good enough. Some people get to the league and they wasn't focused. They smoke weed, they distracted by girls, they do whatever they do. They didn't put enough work in. We've heard that story. But there's the other side where guys don't do that. They still dedicated to the craft. They still do everything that got them there. And it still ain't enough because, damn it, you ain't LeBron James.
Yep. I think that's
You ain't Kobe Bryant.
that's
There
the
is
toughest
politics in the NBA where you ain't just necessarily going to come in and be able to do what you do. We talk about situation like there is a world of that, and I just don't think we talk about that and highlight that enough, and it needs to be stated. And so that's why there's empathy for me when I see these type of situations.
No, you 100%, and that's the biggest point is people don't really see how much work these dudes have truly put in for really their whole entire lives to get to this point. And you spend 20 plus years or 18 years trying to get to this point. It can go away just like that, So
The
it's
sad part about putting 20 years into something,
yeah.
especially when you're an athlete, is number one, you become what we call a meal ticket. There's a lot of opportunists in the basketball world now with AAU and different things. And you looked at it as $1 million ticket. So people invest in you. They're happy to be around you when everything is going good. The minute you get a knee injury and you don't look like you're going to be a lottery pick no more, all of the people start to fall. The other thing is sometimes you get an easy route when you're a star athlete to the point where nothing else becomes a challenge. And if this don't work out, you have nothing else in life that you feel like you are good or adequate at. And now you sit there in the middle of your 20s realizing you can't you're not going to stick in the NBA. And now what do you do? If you've only invested in music for your whole life and you realize that music ain't going to work, you now have this realization in the middle of your life that you have to figure out how to do something else, but you don't know how to do anything else because you gave everything to one thing. That's a tough thing to come to a grasp to.
Yeah, I mean, like y'all said, the Jaden Ivey deserves help. And I think what's happening on social media happens all the time where things get aggregated. Clips may be seen, maybe somebody just reads a post and they form an opinion that way. So there are people that truly don't believe that he needs help and instead he's just a devoted Christian. That's not the reality. As somebody that he is on my favorite team and he is a player, I did my due diligence and I at least attempted to watch some of these Instagram lives. And you can't convince me that the people that don't think he need help have watched any of the actual thing other than seeing a 2-second clip, because he is, at least in my opinion, like he's pretty manic right now where you know where his mind is at and it is on his religion, but it also is 17 different webs branching off of that. And it reminds me of what you see from manic episodes where a person cannot stay focused and they are going on and on and on. And I'm not at liberty to say exactly because it was told to me in confidence, but stuff that are happening behind the scenes, it was a building thing. It wasn't that he said this on Instagram and the boy was like, oh, this was something that has been happening behind the scenes between teammates, media, team officials. This is not anything new, right? And I think one of the, because the Bulls players were asked about it yesterday, a few of the teammates have our sentiment. I hope he gets the help. Right, so these are the people that were with him for the last 2 months, and if they are recognizing that he needs help, then he probably needs help. So I'm hoping that he gets it in like y'all mentioned, such a promising potential career. Obviously, he just averaged 18 points per game before he had the leg injury a few years ago.
Figured out the shot, which was a swing thing
exactly.
for him.
So, it's a lot.
And the other part of that, what you just said too, is Jaden Ivey has been a religious guy since he got into the NBA.
Yeah.
Right, like. That's the other part of the manic thing, or just the help being needed, because he's always been a religious guy, but it's kind of like it's like a new explosion that's going on. And as a Christian myself, I think there's certain stereotypes as well that come with people that are religious, and I think some of the things he's doing fits some of that, which it'd be hard for me to watch because it's not a great representation of Christian. Like I don't, as a Christian or just I believe in God at the end of the day. I don't think it's our duty to tell people that they going to hell or whatever.
Or try to convert someone.
Yeah, that's not my
beliefs,
job.
yeah.
God don't need me to speak for him or to, I'm just a representer and I can tell you what he's done for me, but I'm not here to tell you, man, stop doing that. I don't could decide if you go to hell or not.
There's a lot of misinterpretation of the text at the end of the day.
That's why the Bible is supposed to even be read a certain way. You can't just jump in and just be reading out because but I just want him to get help, man. That's all.
One thing I can say, because this was told to us weeks ago, not in confidence, that I know y'all remember that one game that I went on a rant on Twitter about Jay Ivey not playing, but Anthony Simons and Colin Sexton were, but Jay Ivey's just on the bench. It's like, let's say game 6 since they traded for him. Like, what is going on? And it wasn't injury related. That was because he went to the staff and just said, I cannot play right now. And it wasn't because of injury, it was because of other stuff. And I'm assuming, again, this is part of the buildup of the mental health issues where he told the team, do not play me today. We didn't know that, right? We didn't know that in real time. I'm pissed on Twitter, like, why is Colin Sexton in the game? I want to see the 23-year-old. But it was by his own doing, he told the staff, I'm good right now. And then they sent him home for 2 weeks. They said, oh, that knee is flaring up. When in reality, he could have had some knee things as well, but it mostly because they wanted him to try to get right. Yeah. And then eventually they said, last week that he was going to be done for the entirety of the season. And from the Bulls' perspective, again, I agree with Pete in the sense that I would have preferred that the Bulls denounce the comments that he has made, but also said that this brother needs some help. So let's deal with this right now instead of waiving him. But even before all of this, I was under the assumption that he was not going to be on the team next season based on what I was told behind the scenes. So they just wanted to expedite the thing instead of it being a big talking point with the organization for the next 2 weeks. But now it becomes a talking point because of, like I said at the beginning, the Bulls can't win. They just can't win.
But I definitely agree. We said the same thing. Wish they would have handled it differently. But on that side of it, hey man, they made a trade. They thought that they were getting something. It panned out away. That's some of the risk that comes with it. Because there's a word that none of this happens. And he was saying before all of this, like the old me is dead and different things because he lost his exposure. So that was a world even before this outburst where it didn't pan out the way for the Bulls. I can't fault them for the actual trade. They tried their best to make a move.
I forgot about that. Like the breadcrumbs have been dropping. I'm not the same Jay Knight. That. He's been saying this for like a month now since he got to Chicago.
And apparently he was doing other interviews. There's a lot that has come out about. Like he talked about being sexually assaulted as a kid. I never knew that. He didn't even. I think that interview is kind of even older. That interview never even made my timeline or anything when he was saying it in real time.
The length of his hair is different. So that's
the length of his hair is how I know. Yeah, so it's a lot, man. It's a lot, but I think this is where the sport can turn beautiful depending on how we handle it. They say that anytime I talk to NBA players, the NBA is a fraternity, and I think we have an amazing fraternity from the outside looking in. And I hope that this can be resolved in a positive way because, we have a great basketball community if it's done the right way. I do agree with some of the things Darrick said and even off camera about, people trying to aggregate things and get clicks. And I just don't think that this is a time for that. And I think this is where we do need gatekeepers and people to speak out. When we start seeing shit like this, that's real life stuff, and we seeing people be corny in our game to try to get things for clicks or whatever, we call it out and we just don't support it because this is deeper than a fucking retweet. So, man.
20 cents you getting from Twitter.
Yeah, come on, man. We ain't into that. That's what we need. We need gatekeeping. But we all in this together. It's one thing that bring us all together. We may disagree. We may fight, argue. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to see anybody not have a certain peace of mind or be in the right state of mind. And we need more of that being said because it's something about the time we in like America where like people are fascinated with watching somebody kind of go off the rails. It's like a thing where this dude is going live. I watched the last live where he was just on the plane, which I think was yesterday.
Yep.
I was like redoing my closet and it got like a notification he went live. So like I want to hear for myself. I'm never going to watch one of those again because I don't enjoy that. But like while I was there, you just see people in the like people clipping, like I'm watching the interview and my phone is getting an alert that, oh man, they just told you. I'm like, damn, y'all are really in here to get content out of this. Like this is a show for y'all. Some of y'all are watching this like it's a TV show and enjoying this with your feet kicked up. And that's not, I don't enjoy watching people kind of like self-destruct or just not being, I don't enjoy that.
They'd be quick to comment and engage on it because it's not them going through it. That's what's really
it's the
crazy.
same thing with like other things on Twitter. Like I don't enjoy scrolling seeing somebody get shot. Like I don't feel like I'm supposed to be consuming so much deep-rooted stuff. So much is just being shown. It's like, bro, I'm not supposed to be seeing this. I shouldn't be desensitized to seeing somebody get shot.
Yeah. It's
The
the blessing and the curse of social media, man.
For sure.
Because some things we know that wouldn't get the day of light if it wasn't for normal people, boots on the ground, being able to tell you.
Right.
But other shit like that, yeah, that's why I just, I know we always do the social media talk, but like, it's just one of the things that you got to consume less and less.
Less and less, man. Less and less.
It's better for your own mental health.
Yep.
But again, hoping the best for Jaden Ivey, hoping that like I told y'all off camera, from what people were telling me, the NBPA will probably step in and help him get the necessary help. So let's just hope that is the case. And let's hope that 2 years down the line, Jaden Ivey's back into the league.
And it's a great story.
It's a great overall story. So,
So he could definitely bounce back from this.
He could. Do y'all want to shifting gears from something that was very serious to something that's a little bit goofy? Do y'all want to try to buy stake in NBA players? Or I'm sorry, NBA teams for the postseason?
Let's do it.
So the way it's gonna work, everybody here has got $100, and we just gonna spend our 100
Okay.
on different players. Oh, I'm sorry, different teams. I'm gonna say a team. Y'all tell me if y'all buying in, and if y'all are, how much money you're putting into them eventually winning the championship is the outlook we're looking at.
We all get $100.
We all got $100. Let's start off with the team that won it last year, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
If I had to invest $100, a portion of my $100.
Portion of it. And I know this is not like a real stock market because OKC stock would be more expensive than Hornet stock or something. But let's just look at it all on even playing field.
I think for a future way we can do this too, I was trying to think of ideas on how. But like say Darrick buys OKC stock, it's $30 whatever. He bought that stock, it should go up. So the next person or whatever is more expensive to buy that stock. I feel like we should have some type of something like that. Because again,
well, you should have said that yesterday. We were prepping for the show.
I didn't think about it this morning, really.
Okay.
But
I'll do $25 for OKC.
A fourth of your budget going to Oklahoma City.
I thought he would have done more, honestly.
I'm gonna give it a little 20 ball. I'm gonna give it $20. I do believe that is the most I will spend on one particular team. But like I've said last episode, this is the most uncertain I've ever been when it comes to the playoffs. So I'm gonna give them benefit of the doubt of having potentially the MVP, with them still having ridiculous defense, with Dub now having, 7 more games to potentially ramp up. That's if he plays off 7 games, that they are still the most talented team. But the gap between them and the second best team is probably not big enough for me to be like, here's $50 on one team. So I'll put a little 20 on it.
I agree.
I'm going to put 30% on OKC. Even though they, for some reason, the gap has gotten smaller, it's still so hard to beat this team in 7 games. And last night was a reason why. Yeah, the Pistons were undermanned with some of their top guys. It's hard to beat OKC down the stretch when they got an MVP that really don't miss. So I'm going to put a lot of money on OKC.
How much did you say?
30.
30?
Third of the budget. Well, kind of.
Roughly.
Can I skip OKC and get back to them?
Sure, yeah.
I want to see how much money I want to spend on some other teams because OKC could be a team that I could put $40 on. And I would rather do that at the end than at the beginning.
So I'm going to flip back and forth between conferences. So going next to the East, the Detroit Pistons.
Ain't nobody want to go first?
I was looking at Darrick like he had something.
Ain't nobody want to go first?
I'll put $15.
Oh, he got money. He got a little money.
You know that clip of the movie theater, the lady?
Yeah, that's
from Abbott Elementary.
Yeah, that's Janine from Abbott. I'll put $2.50 on the Pistons.
Damn.
I'll put a little bit in there.
Okay. Okay, can y'all give me the reasons why you putting this much and this much? Come on.
I'm putting.
Well, for the Pistons, they've consistently shown that they have a playoff style of basketball that wins games. They've had it all year. And so I think going into this playoffs, I think once they get K back and they get the full team back, I think they're going to show everybody why they were the number 1 seed. I think a lot of people think that this could be a fluke season.
How do you feel?
I feel like they have the identity to show that this is something they can continue to do. Defense travels everywhere.
Yeah, but what do you think they're going to do in the playoffs?
Oh, I at least see this team going to the conference finals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That 15 is warranted. I'm guessing you don't think that they go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
No, I put it only 2.5 because when
You might
there's
as well just kept your money. That was a little disrespectful.
I think you got to put a little something in the pot for a
This team
number
been
1 seed.
dominant all year.
Yeah, but I think some of the. I mean, we talked about it all year with some of their faults that come up. Like, as much hard as you have on the court, you still do have to put the ball in the basket. And compared to
the other team from putting the ball in the basket.
Compared to their peers, I think that they just going to struggle come playoff time.
I'm going to throw out 8 Buckaroos.
That's exactly the number I was going to do, so I'm going to do 7.
Okay. You know, it's good enough for me to feel like I'm getting some return on the investment in case it happens. But I do, as we continue to flip-flop, there's going to be teams I trust a little bit more than the Pistons come postseason time. But I'm not mad. What you put, 15?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that because at some point you kind of have to look at the product that's in front of you.
You do.
And the product in front of you is winning every game, no matter who's in the lineup and who's not. That's got to mean something. Even if you
I'm
do
just
have your
concerned with the
questions.
Cade injury. I am.
Sure,
Because they
yep.
are going to need him in the playoffs. The playoffs are going to be a different game. And I know, again, we doing this to every team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every team is getting under that magnifying glass when it comes to the playoffs. Every single team. So it ain't nothing to take offense on or nothing against Detroit. But, yeah, the Cade Cunningham injury.
And that injury is so crazy. Bro got knee in the back. Like, that shit. That's such
Have they said officially that's why it happened?
I saw a video of breaking it down. Like, that's kind of what led to it. Because I think once he got knee in the back, you started seeing him grimacing with his back injury, with his back hurting.
They said as soon as that injury happened, they called C.J. McCollum because he did
Yeah,
the
he
same
dealt
thing.
with it last year.
And they got the same doctor that he had too. So hopefully it's a speedy recovery.
I think CJ had it going into the playoffs too or something. It was
I don't
something
remember.
important. I can't remember.
Having it twice is crazy.
Yeah.
You're like, damn,
you think
again?
the second time you're just like, okay? Or is it always
No,
going
I
to be
think the
freaky
second
and
thing is
scary?
like, damn, is you shitting me?
No,
Yeah.
'cause
Again?
the second time is definitely worse because you know what it is. Maybe you feel
You ever
like
had
feeling.
diarrhea twice in a day?
Unfortunately.
this
You
shit,
like,
yeah.
damn, again?
Yeah. No, the second time is definitely worse.
It's like, damn, I thought I could eat that. I thought I could eat that beef now.
I'm going to sound really crazy as I ask this. How bad is the risk with a collapsed lung?
I have no idea.
Like if your lung collapse, are you going to die if you don't get help?
I don't know.
That sounds.
Because you need lungs, obviously.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I think a collapsed lung sounds way worse than what,
it actually is.
Because I've seen, like Royce the 5'9" got a song. He was like, I was born with my lungs collapsing. But like that sounded very serious for
I
a
bet
little baby.
as a baby, right, exactly. Let's see. Underlying lung disease and hospital mortality is about 1.7%, depending on the patient's other ailments. Okay.
But it does sound like something. Just because something don't kill you don't mean it's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like you just in there in pain. So
Yeah, the term collapse lung just sounds very
yeah,
scary.
so you can't fucking breathe. Like you
Yeah.
have no lungs. They just collapse. They in your asshole.
What if you have a double collapsed lung?
Oh, shit.
Man, I don't even know what the
Bro,
fuck.
how the hell you breathing?
I'm gonna Google it.
Well, I forgot what song that Royce said it at. I was born with my lungs collapsed.
Double collapsed lung is life threatening. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. So it's just like an airplane engine. Yeah, you can fly around with one, but you prefer to have both.
Yeah.
You know. Next one, San Antonio Spurs.
I'll give them $15 as well.
You think they're in the same tier as the Detroit Pistons?
Yeah.
Attention-wise.
That's
think
why I would hardly disagree, and I think I'm putting $30 on the Spurs.
Wow, that's a lot. Oh, you didn't spend on OKC yet. So
Yeah.
okay.
I want to go 25 on the Spurs.
Oh, so that's why you only spent a little bit on the Detroit. You spent 90% of your budget on two teams.
I had to save a little bit. These are my top two teams, especially the Spurs. They have the main ingredient to stop a lot of teams from scoring from the easiest way possible, which is inside that paint. And for the playoffs, we know that shooters get tested. They have the ultimate ability to
keep up with my money.
They got the ultimate ability to. If you put Vic on a non-shooter, he's either gonna make some shots or he's getting played off the court. So it's a big stepping stone to kind of get past that team. So
I just wrote it down. I'm gonna put $15 on the San Antonio Spurs. Or mine, I put 20 on OKC, so I don't think it's that big of a gap. But the Spurs, man, they're another team. Got to look what's in front of you, and that team does not lose. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these games don't even be close sometimes. They got the identity, they got the star power, they got a good coach in Mitch, and they actually got like real depth. I think
they
in the
got
playoff
vets
series
on that team. Boy, don't disrespect Harrison Barnes,
The
Keldon Johnson.
The only negative thing is the experience, is what people gonna bring up a lot, and only time will tell whether or not that's gonna matter in the grand scheme of things for them. So, shout out to the San Antonio Spurs. Did everybody put their number down?
Yep. Yeah, for San Antonio, yep.
Next, we got the Boston Celtics.
For them, I'd also put 15 on them.
Damn, how much money you
He's
got?
just spreading it out.
Yeah, I got $15.
I'm saying how much money you have left.
$55
Spent or left?
left.
Okay. I feel like you spent hella money.
Oh,
okay.
no. You're right. I spent $55
Okay,
already.
okay.
Never mind. I did the math wrong.
I'm
But then I'm
gonna
going to
throw
add 15 to that.
$12 on the Celtics. I think that's gonna be the most I give to an Eastern Conference team. I fake want to go more, but I'm looking at what I've already spent, and I feel like I just can't.
Yeah.
So I'll keep them at $12.
I've currently spent 70.
You spent 70? Is that what
Yeah.
you said?
Dang.
Well, he did tell us early, like last week, that he don't really have that many contenders in comparison to most people. So
For the Celtics, I'm gonna give them 10. I think they're probably my favorite to come out of the East, and I think them just being in the East gives them a little bit more leverage too. They don't have an OKC or the other guys we have is like the clear cut favorites to go through. Mm-hmm. So I'll give them 10.
what do you think it'd be?
15.
$15 for them. Okay. The Los Angeles Lakers.
The Lakers, I will give a whopping 7.5% to.
It's funny that you're looking at this in percent. I mean, it is 100, so it doesn't matter. But
I have the 2.5% that I gave
well,
to
you
the
said
Pistons.
percent instead of dollars. I think that's all I'm saying. It's the same, but
Yeah,
I'm
it
just,
is.
it's funny that you
Yeah,
said
I'm going to go 7.5 to kind of round it up to get me back to an even number. But they're a team that like, I don't think wins it over like a Boston Celtics. Like I have them below a Boston Celtics in terms of like contenders and everything. And part of that is because of the what I said earlier is all about the path to kind of get there too. And when you have 2 to 3 giants you have to kind of go through, it makes it a lot harder.
I'm going to go $6 for the Lakers.
Okay.
I'm definitely excited to see them in the postseason, but
$5 for the Lakers.
I'm picking between $5 to $8, somewhere in that range. I'm trying to do some.
go $6.50. That's right now.
I will not use decimal points in this experiment.
Oh,
I ain't got no quarters, no nickels, and pennies don't exist no more.
Silver came up.
I'll go, if I'm going Detroit at 8, the question is how much do I see the Pistons and the Lakers on the same tier as contenders? And if the answer is yes, then I have to go $8. If the answer is no, but maybe they're slightly lower, then I got to go $5. I'm going to give them the $8 if they deserve. $8, Los Angeles Lakers. Next team we got is the Cleveland Cavaliers.
for them, I'm also giving $6.
$6.
I gotta give them $9. I want to invest in them because
And we skipped the Knicks.
I did, but we'll get into it next. I did.
he said, "Forget your team." I want to root for I'm rooting for the Cavs to really kind of get over this hump. Really rooting for James Harden. I don't think they're got a better chance than Boston though.
Do you think they're 4 times as good of a contender than the Pistons, who you gave $2.50 to?
Maybe not 4 times as much.
Oh, okay.
I probably overpaid for it.
Okay.
But you know what? I do have them over the Pistons. So
Did everybody get a number? I didn't give a number.
Actually, I'll switch the Cavs from $6 to $5.
Just say that dollar, bro. Just say that dollar.
No, I want to save it.
I'm mad you said 4 times because it makes it sound like it's
That's what it is. You gave $2 to one and $9 to the next.
Well, you can say that shit for OKC. It's damn near 10 times as much for OKC.
But I think it's more than fair. All right, let's. I did accidentally skip over the Knicks, so let's go back to the Knicks.
I'm
What's
giving the
Knicks
Cavs $6.
$6. Okay. What about the Knicks?
The Knicks. I'm going to give the Knicks. Where did I get the Celtics? 15.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna
so.
give the Knicks $11.
I'm sliding them in there with a little 10-piece. I think they are my second highest contender team out east. I got the Celtics at 12 and them at 10.
I'll give the Knicks $9.
I like when we get to the point where it is weird numbers. $9,
Yeah.
$7, $2.50 for whatever reason.
I did that to balance me out,
Okay.
so that way I have an even number.
What number you at now?
$90.
You got $10 to spend? Okay. Did you give your Knicks number, Mike?
No, I'm going to buy $8 worth. It's another weird number, but again, I feel like I'm kind of structuring mine and like how I perceive the East, and I got them right below the Cavs, so 8.
This actually kind of fucked up because
Wait, what?
I got $10.
You
left.
overspent
You got
somewhere.
the Nuggets,
I
Timberwolves.
do have the Nuggets.
You
That's
overspent somewhere.
That's the Nuggets were the team that I was like, damn, I ain't got nothing for them.
Well,
But you said you was out on them anyway.
I am fading on them a little bit, but
Well, that's the team we got next, Denver Nuggets. Where you using that 10% of your budget? I'm sorry, you made me do percent. $10 of your budget.
I'll get them $5.
$5.
I'm giving them 10.
Yeah, that would have just been all my money, so I wanted to keep some in my pocket.
When you can go to the deli.
This is the Nuggets, right?
This is the Nuggets.
I'll give him a 10 too. I'm only down to 13 left, so I'll give him 10. And I'll keep a little bit for somebody else.
Okay. We may not have a ton of contenders left, by the way. So y'all with some big butt. Oh, Pierre still ain't spent OKC yet.
Oh, yeah, he hasn't.
Let me make sure my math is right, though.
Yeah, bring out that calc. Calc is short for calculator, by the way. What you thinking,
Where did
P?
I hear that from?
Some TikTok. Some viral TikTok.
What y'all giving?
Calc is short for calculator.
What y'all get the Nuggets?
I gave him $10.
Wasn't it a Marvel Rivals TikTok?
Maybe. I mean, it may have been reused somewhere else. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
I'm gonna get a Nuggets $6.
$6. Okay. All right. Out east, I'm gonna say these teams in tandem. You tell me stop if you want to put money on this team. Toronto Raptors,
no.
Atlanta Hawks,
He said say stop. And he say no.
You're right.
76ers, Orlando Magic, Miami Heat, Charlotte Hornets. Okay. So we'll stay out west with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I put $1 down. I put $1 down for Minnesota. I think I got like a few dollars left over, so I'll do that.
Okay.
I overspent, so I got to get them 0. I'm putting the rest. I'm putting my $20 on OKC.
Okay.
I will give Minnesota $3.
I have $12 left. I'll spend $8 on Minnesota. Shout out to the Wolves. man.
Everybody buying a little bit of Minnesota.
You got
okay.
to. You got.
I wish I could, but yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do the same thing for the rest of these Western Conference teams. Y'all tell me if y'all putting any money on them.
Mm-hmm.
Houston Rockets.
I put 50 cent down. I put 50 cent down for KD.
Okay. Phoenix Suns. LA Clippers.
I'm gonna put my last $2 on the Clippers.
On Kawhi?
Yeah.
What about the Blazers?
Give me Kawhi.
He with the next year, KB, next year.
Oh, right, next year.
Give me Kawhi.
And then lastly, the Warriors. Nothing. Okay. That's good, fellas. I got $4 left, man.
I might have a little bit of
You can
change
get you a
left.
few bananas with that.
I could get a few bananas. Yes, because they overcharge these damn bananas. $1
What are
per
they charging
banana.
for? $1?
$1 per banana.
Wait,
it's
wait.
95 cents per banana.
Did I forget a team?
OKC, Detroit.
Oh, the Nuggets.
Oh, you ain't put on none on the Nuggets?
I put $6 on them.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Well, so now that I got $4 extra, I'm gonna add $2 more to. I'm gonna add $2 more to the Celtics,
Okay.
and I'm gonna add $2 more to OKC. So I'll read through how I spent my money, and then y'all do the same. I put $22 on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Next, I put $15 on the San Antonio Spurs, $14 on the Celtics, $10 on the Knicks and the Nuggets, $8 on Detroit, LA, and Minnesota, and then $5 on the Cleveland Cavaliers. That is my entire budget.
For me, my budget was spent $25 on OKC, $15 on Pistons, $15 on Spurs, $15 on Celtics. The Knicks, I gave $9. Nuggets, I gave $5. The Lakers, I gave $6. The Cavs, I gave $5. The Wolves, I gave $3, and the Clips, I gave $2. Just had to throw a little love on the Clippers.
I actually got a lot of money left over. I had to.
Damn.
That's because you only spent $2 on Detroit.
I did. I might put some more money in because I got $30 on the Thunder, $20 on San Antonio, $10 on Boston, $7.5 on the Lakers. Cavs have 9, Nuggets have 10, and Pistons have 2.5. And that was like $87. And then I spent, it was like something around $80-some, and I only spent like $1.50 on the Rockets and the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I only spent $89.
So you got some money left.
Y'all not gonna put this extra money in the market? Are y'all?
I am.
I'm putting it on 5 on Boston,
Okay.
and I'll show some love to the Pistons. I'll put 4 on the
We
Pistons.
bullied him to put more money on the Pistons.
They're the only team that's really low.
I'm putting $4 more in the Nuggets, which makes
That's
it
just also funny that they super low.
which
and
makes
they
it
the number 1 seed.
$10 on the Nuggets, which then I got $7 left. I'm gonna put all 7 into OKC.
There we go.
27 for OKC. So, with that being said, I have the Pistons for $7, the Spurs for 30, Celtics for 15, Lakers for 5, Cavs for 6. Oh, that's why I had leftover money. You skipped the Knicks.
But we came back to it.
Yeah, but I never wrote them down.
Well, that means you got $0 on your New York Knicks.
No, we finna add by subtract. Go ahead, Mike. Do yours.
I already went through.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I would just adding on to the Pistons and to.
I robbed the bank. So I got unlimited money.
you get the GTA glitch.
Yeah, I had the glitch. I think I put $11 on my Knicks.
Cool. Who was that one of the coldest tattoos of all time when he had the cheat code for unlimited ammo on his arm?
And he was a 3-point shooter.
Some college hooper.
That's Rodo.
And then people copied it,
Yeah.
which made it less raw. Not for him, but for them.
Would that shit be raw when you 65 and you pick up your grandkid and like,
Hell
what
yeah.
that mean?
I think that's when it adds more value.
Did you take the garbage out last night? You took the garbage out?
Yeah.
KB, secret words.
Oh, no. We still got hella time. We good. We good. We ain't got to worry about taking the garbage out.
Oh, y'all want to know something crazy I'm doing?
No. I mean, yes.
So in my Discord, right, we starting to lead. I'm talking about.
Y'all bored.
I'm talking about. We got 4 franchises that we finna do.
What game is it? What sport?
2K.
Okay.
2K. So we gonna have 4 franchises. We gonna have 4 owners, right? We gonna have set teams for a month. After that month's go, we gonna do like a little championship, which is only just the 2 top teams they play. After that, we gonna look at the seeding, and then we do an expansion draft to 2 more teams. So whoever the franchise owners are, they get to keep 2 people, and then everybody else goes back in that pool, and then same thing. It kind of keeps going. So we're gonna try that out. We're gonna pick like the franchise owners today, and the owners gonna have a pool too. We're not gonna make everybody pay money because some people just this whatever. But if you're an owner, you can put in money, and if you win a championship, you get the pot. So a little nice idea we doing in the community.
With 4 people?
4 people, for owners. Like, say Devin's the owner, Tiger's the owner. It's like they're gonna have 8 people on their team, and so you're gonna have a schedule of like 2 games a week.
Oh, this is my career.
What you mean?
Like this is not a franchise.
No, this is actual like somebody's gonna be the starting point guard for one of them franchises.
I might have to hop into that.
So it should be super fun.
Oh, through Pro-Am.
Yeah.
Oh, my dumb ass was thinking like online
The
my league.
Celtics, me too.
No,
Me
no,
too.
no. So we might have the
When y'all drafting?
probably like sometime this weekend.
So like a Mickey league. Like
Yeah.
I
Who the
like that
owners?
idea.
we're picking them today. We're trying to find out because we want people that's going to be for real, but also somebody that can is good enough to be a an owner.
You got to hire somebody to keep stats.
You gonna be an owner?
Come on.
Okay.
Hey, Smalls dropped it in the
I was
Discord.
gonna say it has to be Smalls.
Shout out to Smalls. Smalls came in there. He's like, man, you doing all this shit. You didn't tell me.
You gonna be an owner?
Yeah, I'm going to be owner.
So if you're an owner, you're not a player, or are
No,
you?
you're
playing?
both. You could be both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is positions locked?
No,
Okay.
it's not locked. But if, say, we have our team and D Mills is just, he ain't been on shit, we could sub in like somebody else that's on our team.
So you drafted 8 players, you said.
You draft 8 players, or if D Mills, it's his wedding week, he can't be there for this game, somebody else could step in.
And
Let
I'm
me know-
assuming trades could potentially happen.
Trades can't happen.
Let me know when to go down. I'm gonna be a part of it. That's what I need to get back into all my players that I done
Do I
made.
want? I kind of fake would love to be an owner and not play. Obviously, I don't want to play. I just want to own.
Bring them
be a
in there.
part-time owner.
We need something to attract our league. Let them own a team.
I wouldn't mind it.
But
And
see,
I know what
the
my
reason
team name would be.
The reason he
Well,
couldn't be an
that's
owner though is this. He don't know who the hell to draft.
I don't.
Yeah.
I would need an assistant.
Also,
yeah,
you
for
would-
sure.
you take up a spot on your team unless you're drafting 8 players. You know what I'm saying? Like if every team has 8 players because it's including
Well, how
the
about we
owner.
just shift the rules for me? Because you know what
He's
I mean.
funding the team.
I'm just
You funding the team? All owners got to pay $100.
fuck no.
Oh, then what the hell?
I'm just thinking about it like if I'm a team owner, it's mostly like for PR. You know what I mean? You remember when the big 3 told me they was gonna let me own the team for PR, and that didn't happen? I would love to own the team, and I would name them the Michigan Hawks.
Yeah, that could be one of the names in our things. I ain't gonna lie.
Are you pumping this out?
Yeah. People in Discord, we've already got like a bunch of owners and people that's wanting to sign up.
I don't want to be the owner. I just want to be drafted.
I would
though.
love to watch the draft more than anything, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna do it this weekend.
Make sure make sure.
I made
you're-
an emphasis for everybody that is the owner. Can't have no bullshit ass franchise where it's just like a default jersey. We the green blues
I
or
respect
whatever.
that. Thank
It's
you.
like, bro, if you're
Yeah.
gonna be an owner, you gonna have to make something.
I would take the Michigan M and make that shit green, and we are the Michigan Hawks.
Yeah, I want to be an owner because I know I would go to full fledged. You know, I would get somebody to make a logo and everything, but I don't want to have the responsibility of like running a team.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be drafted by you or Tiger or somebody, and y'all are the ones that's like, hey, you ain't playing today because you ain't on. I don't feel like going through that.
Because I will cut somebody.
And I selfishly want to be like a top pick. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I want to be that guy that's like, hey, you streaming, y'all stream that draft, and y'all put
I wish
me
you
on
had
there.
like $5,000 to throw.
I
at
would
this
put
idea.
if I'm a top 5 pick, I will put a suit on. I'm going to put a suit on.
If you had $5,000 to throw at this, you could hire like graphics people to make like the Michigan Hawks with the first pick drafted Pierre and
No, for sure.
and everything. But
That'd
maybe
be
maybe in 2K27.
all
we
he
might
got to
never
do
know.
is get a business credit card and expense it, and then it would say he could say, "Look, I did this to make money on my Twitch, and so it's a write off." Because I don't think you would need 5,000 for all of that.
Probably not.
I'm
for
trying.
some-
I'm thinking about playing the players in the league.
Oh hell no!
Bro, that's starting up the 2K.
That's what
league,
that's what we draw the line. Tiger, you're not. We're taking your.
What do you think a 2K max contract in the MIC league is?
in the MIC league.
$5 a game?
We about to find out.
Yeah, about that.
I think the talent
got,
the talent disparity is so crazy that I would leave my team if I wasn't getting my money. Because if you were the best, if you one of the best players and you leave, it will make a difference.
I'm trying to look.
You
at
go
this.
from me being your starting wing to Kyron.
Is Kyrie gonna play? Has he been?
I think
there?
Kyron. Let me
heard from
check in there.
Kyron.
Kyron, he might be down. He's been running rec with me sometimes.
You told Joel?
No, I ain't.
I'm gonna tell Joel.
That'd be hilarious. I
He
mean,
got a
it's,
new- he
it's
got a new
only
build.
32 spots, so it is a little exclusive.
Oh no, I think that's the best part. If your ass don't get drafted,
You're a free agent.
you got to get your shit together.
There's no.
Imagine putting together like a workout tape to be like, I'm a free agent, Michigan Hawks. If you wave somebody,
no,
pick me up.
ain't no imagine. Bro, Joel yesterday sent me a video of him hitting the game-winning shot. Dudes are going to send clips if they need to get on the team.
But you know what's
Mike,
the thing,
tell
too?
him how that Discord be.
Hey, bro.
They be
His
dropping
running Discord
bills
is
and highlight.
crazy.
Hey, look, I had 76 in this random rec. Pick me up. And it'd be like just to play rec.
But I want people to know if you get in there and you own a team, don't think it's sweet. You just own it to play. When that expansion draft happens and that pool opens up, you might not get picked up if you was weak. Well, it's probably a guarantee. You probably not getting picked up.
The expansion draft would be pretty
I might
fun,
have to
too.
make a new bill for this shit.
So how does it, so when, let's say I'm in it, and do I have a thing that says, hey, I have a 99 shooting guard placed out as, and a 98 center that placed out as, like, or you kind of have to know
I think
what
we
people just
for the
have.
tournaments we had something very similar. It's probably old. It's just like out of date, but it's build pictures where somebody could drop all their pictures,
Okay.
all their builds or whatever, and there's like a separate tab build discussion. You could ask them, who was your top build? Like one is specifically for the pictures, one is specifically questioning.
So you're a player / commissioner / owner? Mm-hmm. Damn. I'm a
You
wear
are
every
busy.
hat.
We gonna have awards.
Imagine if
MVPs.
Adam Silver played in the NBA.
You know, he's tall enough. He like 6'4".
Yeah.
They can get it done.
Is Kamari gonna be in the mic?
I'm pretty sure. I'm keep saying pretty sure because I did it. I'm pretty sure Kamara get drafted, but I don't know who the hell get drafted in this because it's not a one-time thing. It's a set team for a whole month. So
Yeah.
You want to run through some of these cap and no caps?
Let's get to it, man. I think we're gonna have some interesting conversations here. Speaking of expansion draft, there will be enough talent in the draft pool for an expansion team to be a play-in team in the one of the first 2 years, cap or no cap. I wanted to say
One of the
one in the
first
first
two,
year,
that
but I'll
changes it.
expand it
Yeah.
to first 2 years.
I would say no cap. Because when you're giving them that 2-year window, that means 2 free agencies that they could work with and go sign people, 2 drafts. So there's a world where they can, if you have the right GM and right ownership in charge and they make the right decisions, they could definitely reshape a team in 2 years.
Yeah, historically, the expansion teams in the NBA just start off 5 years of being at the bottom of the league.
Yep.
But if the NBA is going to implement one of them rules that we talked about last week, you may not be incentivized to be the worst team of all time like the Bobcats were when Anthony Davis was in the draft. You know, so maybe we do go for it a little bit because the order of it will be expansion draft, NBA draft, free agency, right? Mm-hmm. So like if we're Seattle and in our expansion draft we don't draft the Zach LaVine contract and so on, I'm sure that we have a fan base good enough and a culture big enough to be like we're not gonna sign the best player in the league, but we should get a few okay free agents if we really wanted to.
Yeah.
The question is just a matter of will they want to. So I'm gonna go no cap.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a cool story.
I mean, I even saw KD be a free agent when Seattle.
You see that's how
18.
KD can end his career just going to Seattle.
Going to
I
Seattle.
don't know how happy he is in Houston right now. So you never know.
You know,
Dang.
That would be a good end of his career, like the last couple seasons in Seattle.
Take them to the playoffs.
I would say no cap to this too. I think that since the last expansion draft, like the NBA is just different in terms of how they view like finances and how they look at player contracts and stuff like that. I think we might be surprised on some of the players that do kind of get released. So I think the talent's gonna be there for some of these guys for the expansion draft. They're picking up just contract guys.
The expansion team should be coached by first-time head coaches, cap or no cap.
cap. I think everybody should have the opportunity.
No, it's not that they won't have the opportunity, but like if you're picking,
I would say cap to that. I would say cap just because it's a lot of question marks starting a franchise. You can kind of limit that, but at least getting a little bit more of an established head coach.
Teams want more of a culture setter that can come in there and start something right away.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right thing to do. But I also could see it be like, oh, we got the super young head coach, but our number 2, number 3, number 4 might be all vets. Like we kind of see like Mitch Johnson and so on. I don't know. I think that the NBA coaches should be steered more young than old, but I could definitely see a team being like, yeah, here go Jamal Mosley, who been fired 2 years ago. You know,
Or Tom Thibodeau.
Tom Thibodeau.
Mark Jackson.
He takes me as give me to a team that's trying to win right now type of coach.
absolutely.
I can imagine him going through a rebuild, but that's just me.
He got to the Timberwolves and said, "Hey, go get me Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose and Taj
He
Gibson."
said, yeah, Taj Gibson. He said, give me Taj Gibson.
I think it was rumors that Luol Deng could be the Timberwolves too. So that man trying to win.
He did end up.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. So boom.
Yeah, it's in Minnesota Timberwolves, man.
Was he hurt? Because I don't remember him ever
No,
being.
he actually played. I can't act like he played 82 games in this season, but wow, dangerous. Yeah, you Google him, the first picture that come up, they bogus. This is like when Austin be pulling up those pictures and it's somebody in a jersey from 17 years ago.
nasty.
He only played 22 games his last year of his career in Minnesota.
He had an arm sleeve on and shit.
But yeah, Tom Thibodeau. Ooh, Tom Thibodeau got fired, and Ron Saunders took over. It's probably when Luau was like, "I'm out." I only get played for Tom Thibodeau, man.
I forgot, man. It went from a Bulls picture of him to one of him in a Heat jersey. It's like, oh,
He led the
it's like
league.
it switched sides right there.
He led the Heat in minutes per game. That's them 2 seasons, man. He was out there creating his own shot.
Yes, he was. No sleep.
That's a big throwback
Super throwback.
TTW thing.
Who better
Wemby
shot
is
creator, him or Drew Holiday?
Drew
Well, Drew
Holiday.
Holiday was the bucket.
Drew
So it was a
Holiday,
little bit of a different
It is
conversation.
It's different.
but Drew Holiday is a bucket. Luol Deng is a bucket.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Why?
I think Drew Holiday is a better offensive player.
Okay. Because in his heyday, Luol Deng,
I know it.
I think you forgot.
Nah,
Yeah, he
he's
won the
a-
2006 Sportsmanship of the Year award. Don't sleep.
Because I'm pretty sure if you look
What you
at
gotta
their
average for that?
career numbers,
Couple high fives.
Luol's going to have years where he averaged more than Drew.
His peak season, start to finish, is 18.8.
Sound about right?
Do you think that's higher than Drew Holiday?
Drew's peak season.
Nah, I think Drew
21
had
points for Drew.
21
I think
point.
Drew probably had a 20.
He played in a different era. They got, you know.
21.
I just said that. You late, Darrick.
What year was that? Was it with
Pelicans.
Pelicans?
Look at the Pelican fly. You know what Luol issue is? Because I was looking at they career stats. Luol got them end of the years that really hurt you.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Lakers,
Cleveland,
2 years.
Oh, the Lakers.
I mean, 2 points per game on that one game played. That goes to your career stats.
Wait, it was only one game?
Yeah.
Say that ass. He only played one game with the Lakers.
No, I'm talking about this particular season.
Oh,
No.
I was about to say,
No,
no,
no.
I remember him playing way more
No,
than one game.
yeah. He played 57 games total.
Okay.
But this one season, he played in one game.
Okay. That's because they was holding him back.
Was we?
No. I think at that point he was over. I mean, he had played 40 minutes a game for 5 years
I mean,
straight.
we
it
were
felt
during
like.
that time. We were signing a lot of questionable deals. So
Moskov.
They were together, right? That same class.
Yeah. I
Same
think
crazy
so,
class.
yeah.
Y'all thought y'all did
I
something
am
with that.
I am going with
He
Drew
was the
Holiday.
first person
Drew
to-
Holiday is more of a shot creator than Luol.
For sure.
I think it's just funny that Darrick was. That was you who said Luol was a
Yeah,
shot.
he was
yeah.
very adamant that.
And Luol was so stiff. So
Yeah.
the fact that he was able to do what he
That's
did is
what
pretty
made
impressive.
it worse. Is because Luol Deng, he's a really he could get you a bucket. But the way D Mills was talking about it, it's like he was Kevin Durant breaking
Yeah.
people down. It's like, bro, you don't do that.
He was straight line drive too.
Curl
no
off a
wiggle,
screen.
no wiggle to his game at all.
My boy D Mill is gonna ride for his Bulls.
Not anymore.
Yeah, they came a long way.
But you know what? I can't blame you. We ain't got shit to talk
Yeah,
about.
y'all haven't had a Luol.
We haven't had Luol Deng on the team in a long time.
Kyrie just reacted to the message saying he would like to be an owner in the Discord.
I can't. Come on, shorty. Come on.
Wait,
come
did
on,
you just
shorty.
tag him or something?
Huh?
You just tagged him?
No, it got a
There's no
notification.
way we just said something about him and he just.
I just got a notification and that he had liked something in the Discord.
I'm finna text Kyrie right now. I'm gonna ask what you want, shorty. See what he say.
What tab is that conversation in?
It's if you go to the Discord, it's one that's like MBA.
Okay.
Do y'all be checking up on the guys individually occasionally? No.
You know what? I had something in my mind wanted me to text Tyler individually because I know that all the stuff that's going on. And I can't tell you why I haven't. It was on my mind. I need to just start doing it.
I ain't gonna lie.
But I do not have a thread with me and John. It's
Yeah, I'll be both doing it. Like I'll think about it one day and I'll just send it to every guy. Like, what's up, bro? And then we'll build off from there. Last that I did it was a couple months ago, so I'm gonna hit up Kyron right now.
Oh, hey, bro, shout out to
don't
Kyrie was
see
just
it,
talking
Mike.
about how he might
I
talking
don't
about
see
he had
the
an
tab.
interview.
He told me he was trying to be a bank.
Oh,
in the
He said he
bank-
got
at
an
the bank.
interview at the bank, so hopefully
Yeah, man, shout
doing well.
out.
Imagine Kyron with a tie.
I'll tell you.
Head
gonna
might
get a-
balloon even more.
How you gonna get up on it? How you gonna get this shirt over his head? The next one. Wemby is this year's MVP, cap or no cap?
I'll say Cap. I'm still tip the hat to Shea.
I'm going cap as well. I think it's actually way closer than
It's
I
gonna.
expected it to be.
Yeah, I
though.
think it's gonna be close though. I think both of them can really separate. They can really come out these last few games and make a real good case for themselves. And they did it last night.
Yeah, they
Honestly,
both did.
They both did it last night.
Yeah.
So
Because
yeah.
one thing about Shea, even in his post-game interview, he said, like, I'm not going to say that I'm going to let my game speak for it, which is a fine answer. But sometimes he's too cool. and the team is so good that he be just dropping 30 and that be it. I be wanting to see Shea drop a 45 piece and a 50, and he had 47 last night, which is great.
Yeah.
But like when you see, not that he should not be looking at Luka and be like, oh, I need to match that. But like some of these other superstars on a nightly, like Luka can legitimately give you 60. Shea's not gonna give you 60. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's been in the biggest moments though, and I think that kind of makes up for it. You know,
What do you think Shea's career high is?
probably like 55, 50, 53.
His career high is 54, double overtime game
That's
versus
this
the
season,
Pacers.
Oh, that was earlier this
Yep,
season, right?
that was this
Yeah,
season.
he had a bunch
Yeah.
of 50-point games. So
I don't remember that game going to double OT. Damn.
Yeah, it did. No, the Pacers were trying to get their give back for Reese. They ended up getting it later
trying
on
to get
in
it
the
back in
season.
blood.
No, they did. They ended up getting it. They even said it when they played them again. They said, we knew this was our revenge game for Tyrese.
Shout out to Tyrese.
So,
Who,
They got-
Halliburton?
Yeah. He sent us something, by the way.
What are you saying?
I don't know yet. He said he'll be here Friday. Not some shoes. No, this is brand, I think. Unless he meant some, I don't know.
It's just fun. I appreciate it. It's just funny on what got it.
I don't know what. He just asked us.
No, remember I posted the clip of the college hoops 2K?
Oh, yeah. They were talking, we got like I can't call it a group chat, it's only 3 people. But they were talking about the college basketball shit. He was like, oh, yeah, what's y'all sizes, by the way? And I said a large for you. I'm assuming that's right.
Hey, yeah, y'all show some love to KB. I was just gonna tell him my side.
Yeah, I don't even know if Tyrese was trying to send y'all something, but I was like, might as well send it for the rest of the guys.
Real
I said
one.
2. But he also said it fits oversized.
He
So
did say
a
that.
2 might be good for you. But I have no idea. I have no idea if it's shorts, it's a shirt.
I heard it's a Balenciaga sweatshirt.
Can you imagine though?
The Warriors era
You got it?
is as over as it's ever been.
no cap.
No cap.
It breaks my heart saying it.
Yeah. But it was a good run. Everything ends eventually.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sad for
Yeah.
Wardell. I'm like, not even just sad. I'm sad for us because we haven't really seen Steph Curry play in what feel like a
It-
year.
it-
That's how long it feel.
We didn't get the last hoorah.
Yeah.
It felt like as soon as Jimmy went
We
down.
got it. We didn't know that was it though. When they won against the Celtics, that was it. We just ain't know it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I felt like that was a really feel good win championship. Like it was.
Was
a
the
se-
punch? Was the punch the start of this, or was this going this way regardless?
The punch happened right like a year
right.
after that, right?
Yeah.
So I think it was going this route anyway, but it's accelerated it, I would say.
Definitely. And then them not offering Clay an extension.
Yeah, they have not made a ton of great decisions recently. But
That's
it's
why
like-
Bob Myers got out of there. He said all the tough stuff finna come.
Shout out to my good friend Robert. Shout out to Rob.
Bobby.
That was a very smart decision by him.
Yeah, he said I'm not gonna be the one to not give Clay or Draymond.
It's pretty like smart people know when to sell. Like, you know, you got a stock, you don't want to hold on to it until
Yeah.
it gets to zero.
And he like made the ultimate business decision of like, I love these guys. I built this. I'm not gonna make the tough decision.
You're not gonna blame me for breaking up this core.
Yeah.
And you can't. You kind of just only thing you can really blame him for is missing those draft picks in those back-to-back drafts.
But I mean, how much control did he have? Seemed like Draymond was
Yeah.
texting Steve.
he
and
wanted
Steve-
Franz Wagner and they wanted Kuminga. Yeah. So even there, he might be a genius in that too, because Franz is great.
This is still a make or break postseason for the Cavs, even after the Harden trade.
No cap.
No cap.
I think that they would maybe spin it if they lost early. Like we only had 17 games together, and then we got to the postseason. But it's undoubtedly important with Donovan Mitchell being eligible for an extension. And
What
us
would be
not
the
knowing.
next step? Hypothetically, they lose in embarrassing fashion. I don't even know what that looked like. but-
Yeah,
Probably
front
4-1
court.
in the first round.
front court change,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Jared Allen.
or you
Evan
try to
Mobley.
use Evan Mobley to go get Giannis,
Yeah.
something like that.
Because the move that they made for James Harden was one of the moves where it felt like not desperation, but it was one of the trades where you look in the mirror and say, we got to change something about ourselves because it just wasn't looking as good as it needed to be.
I think it was desperation.
You say you'll put desperation on it?
I think they wanted something that they could consistently rely on to be on the court. I think that Darius Garland was such a blind spot that they haven't had him consistently for like the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like we need an Iron Man at this point guard position, it seemed like, and James Harden has shown that, and he's available.
Shout out to DG though, he's been looking great.
Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer you've ever seen.
No
Cap
cap.
or no cap?
Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer I've ever seen.
Yeah.
No
yeah,
cap.
it is. It still is to this day.
Because when you talk about the ability to handle the ball with his size and the 3-level scoring, getting to the free throw line, he'll put you on the poster. He'll hit you with a step back three. It was so much of his game that it was just so beautiful to watch.
Now, I want to ask y'all something because somebody asked me this. Is Kevin Durant not being able to handle these double teams well, is that on him or is that attest to his teammates?
I think it's both.
Both, for sure.
Yeah, because he do make the passes sometimes.
Sometimes his teammates literally are moving when he gets a double call, you know?
Yeah, like they don't make themselves available. They kind of just all just standing there.
But it also has traversed multiple teams at this point, so it can't just be about the Rockets player. So I think it is both. I think it's
I don't know,
both.
but then I saw him in Brooklyn. He had a 50-point triple-double.
No, he can still do his thing. Don't get me wrong. But the double team, if we're talking about the greatest scorer of all time, nobody is perfect. If there's any piece of kryptonite you can throw at Kevin Durant, it is a double team. And it's just a matter of how will he handle it on this side. Do y'all think we will go? Because I think you would also say no cap to this, right? So we all agree that Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer we've ever seen. Kevin Durant, let's say he's retired in a couple years. 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, do you think that stands? Or do you think somebody would be able to take that? Do you feel like we're going to be nostalgic for it?
I think it's going to be even worse due to the nostalgic feeling.
The context is what it has to be for me. Kevin Durant, I think he won a scoring title in his third year. Kevin Durant averaged 30 post Achilles injury. Kevin Durant is 7 foot, guard like handle. Kevin Durant has never averaged below 20 points in his career. Came in and door.
50, 40, 90.
Yeah, so
Kevin Durant went to the Golden State Warriors.
Statistically,
and he became
people-
the number one option.
Statistically, people are going to probably pass him, right? Like numbers wise, somebody
Especially
going to
with
have
the
some
inflation
things.
of threes. So
But the full body of context, it's gonna be hard.
Who do you have as number 2? Is that too deep of a question to ask? Because you got to think about it.
Oh man,
Because we've seen a lot of great scorers, or just a lot of great players in our almost 30 years or 30 years on this earth.
Probably at the.
maybe Kobe comes to
I
mind.
feel like if he's, I want to say Kobe, but I think you got to default to Mike if you say Kobe.
No, I see.
Well,
we
he said in our lifetime.
Kobe,
So
Kobe
we
would be
didn't
number
see
2.
Jordan was doing
Hands
his shit
down,
when we was
Kobe.
in diapers.
yeah, it's probably Kobe, but Harden.
Right here
Harden.
too.
Hey,
I was thinking Harden the
James
whole way.
Harden.
Harden is crazy.
I was thinking
man.
Harden the whole way.
Harden is
Yeah.
crazy, man.
That James Harden run was insane.
But I'm gonna go Kobe because the era, the uncomfortability of being in such a poor spacing environment and still being able to do the same. Like James Harden was breaking the Kobe streaks, 30 straight consecutive. We haven't seen this since Kobe, but Kobe was doing it in a way where it wasn't like helpful to him.
I'm kind of torn now because I'm thinking Luka's right there too.
He is.
I think he could be there one day.
He's in
yeah.
the conversation right now where they're talking about he's on the James Harden type
Just
runs,
he just
the
need
Kobe
the-
Bryant type
He just need the
runs.
longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like his scoring is insane.
Kobe also got his next to a dominant force.
Yeah,
You ain't have to strip the team down. He got it with a Shaq. He got it without a Shaq.
I think a good argument for Luka is he's doing it without being next to a dominant force. He's never played he hasn't played with a dominant no one at the caliber of Shaq ever.
Neither did James Harden.
No,
When he was getting his shit off, it was
he
PJ Tucker.
was PJ Tucker and Clint Capella.
Yeah.
He just had a system that was legit built for him.
I'm gonna sprinkle some SGA in there too.
I would sprinkle some Tracy McGrady in there.
Carmelo Anthony would be in there.
Carmelo, Dirk. If you're talking about just scoring, I'm not talking about where they at in the all-time scoring rate, but just scoring. Yeah. We've seen a lot of
Dirk
great
was-
scores. Steph
Dirk was
Curry.
nasty.
Steph Curry has
Steph
led the
Curry's,
league
yeah.
in scoring. I know people categorize him as a shooter.
three-point shooter. But he
Steph
actually was
Curry-
good at getting to the basket.
Yeah,
getting to the free throw
statistically,
line.
I don't know
Yeah.
if he'll ever be up there because he just had so many games missed.
Kawhi?
Joel Embiid is one of the best
Joel
scorers I've
Embiid.
ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah,
Literally unstoppable when he's on.
Yeah, Joel Embiid was
I think that's a great
that MVP
good crop of
season
guys.
from Joel Embiid was just so fun to watch, man.
Talking about he walk out there first quarter. You know, you might as well chalk him up 15 points for him. Just chalk it up. He
More
gonna get it.
points than minutes played in a season is fucking crazy, and that's what Joel Embiid did the MVP season.
He gave Wemby.
What about
he gave
underrated
Wemby
guys in this
70.
conversation for y'all? Because I know when you get to the top of the top, leading the league in scoring and certain things you got to have. But when you get to that underrated, they don't necessarily have to have those accolades or
Joe Johnson.
Yeah, that's a
DeMar
great
DeRozan.
answer.
Watching Joe
DeMar
Johnson score.
DeRozan, great
Joe
answer.
Johnson was such an elite ISO scorer that it was just like, and he just moved at his own pace. You weren't going to speed him up. You weren't going to slow him down.
That's what I love
He
about
was
Paul
just
Pierce.
Paul Pierce, bro.
Paul Pierce getting to his
Yeah,
shit.
I
he
gotta
was
lock
getting
into
to his
more
shit.
Pierce.
I was
never a
thinking
fan
about
of
making
Paul Pierce.
a Paul Pierce big.
I've tried to. It's hard
I
because
was thinking about
you're going to be
maybe 'cause-
slow, but it's like,
Yeah.
Bro, it's just like, I don't know. He was a bucket. Some of you could depend
Kyrie, by the way.
Yeah, Kyrie's. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I think he can go into the other list.
Yeah.
Fucking flawless as a scorer.
Monte Ellis was such a good scorer.
What made Kyrie so special is that he got to the
Uh-oh,
rim.
you acting like he done. What
Oh,
made him
no,
special?
no,
He's
no.
still special.
No, he is. But, like, he would get to the rim at such a high rate.
You still doing past tense, he would.
Okay. He gets to the rim at such a high rate, but he's not a explosive guard. And he, like, finishes amongst the trees so well.
Besides that, the Game 7 game, the 55 he dropped on the Spurs, I still remember that to this day.
Yeah. I still remember them switching Danny Green off of him.
I remember
Wow.
everything about that game. The Cavs was wearing those blue jerseys, if I'm not mistaken. He had on those, like, what was those Kyrie ones, I believe. Like, I remember that game.
It's
that was
one of
a
them games
dope
where if
game.
you watch, it's like post game, coaches only could say, dude just got hot. It wasn't shit we can do when a player is playing like that at the top of his game. It is not much you could do.
That shot with Steph Curry too is
Yeah.
like that. That is crazy, man. That man Kyrie said, "I got LeBron on my team, but I'm finna take this shit."
Well, that's
on."
because they asked him that dumbass question.
Well,
What's it like
before
having
that.
LeBron be a father figure to you? That man's a couple years older than him.
That man said, "This Steph Curry right here, this the greatest, this the best player in the league, this the MVP." Y'all said, and this the best player of all, one of the best players of all time on my team.
Thanks, yes, me.
Watch out,
Step back.
Yaka for the game 7. I feel like watching that shit right now.
I think that's like the shots you practice in the driveway.
It was
Yeah.
such
10 years old.
a slug of a game before that too. Like they went like 4 minutes without scoring both teams.
Yeah.
But it's like you still at the edge of your seat. I remember where I was. I remember what
Same.
I remember what I was wearing that day.
Same.
I was weak. I had the
I
White
might have had
Sox
a
hat.
Hornets shirt on, like a Hensel South shirt.
I had a purple tank top on and red shorts.
Oh, you bogus as hell.
But like like the part of the tank top, like the edges,
Yeah, it was
was
red?
red. So it's like, so I can just put these red shorts
Where
on.
the hell would you even have bought something like
I have
that?
no idea. That was pre anything.
I was just talking about this. I was saying because this is when it might be a little bit earlier before that
Me
time,
and
but-
Bub pop bottles. We pop Bel Air bottles.
Damn. Is this the
This one
time
for
where
you,
jersey
bro.
shirts was getting like popular? Or is it maybe
Jersey shirts had already been a thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that was the first jersey shirt I got was the
Steph
Kyrie
Curry?
Irving
Oh,
one.
No, yeah, the
Kyrie?
Kyrie number 2. I remember because you would wear it to the gym.
I wear that. It's probably musty. That's how much I used to wear that because Kyrie used to be
Probably.
It was musty, but that's because I sweat.
Yeah.
You
And
remember-
don't shower. If
You remember
sweat,
you
don't
came
shower.
and you was happy that you didn't sweat when you was doing your tryouts.
No, I don't
What?
remember that.
I just remember you was.
I wasn't a sweaty guy till like recently.
We would do like a whole practice and Kid be like, "Man, look, I ain't sweat one bit."
Yeah, I used to didn't sweat at all. So when it started happening, I,
I don't
was like,
understand.
Oh, shit.
That always amazed me how some people could be like working out and not sweating. Like,
Yeah, me
Maybe
too.
we just weren't going hard enough. I don't fucking
like I
know.
don't know. I watched Drew Holiday and I'd be like, bro has played 30-something minutes and there's no sweat on him. How's Drew Holiday has no sweat on him? And he looks like he's just out there just chilling. Like, is he not going? Like, is this just not his normal speed?
He effortless.
Yeah.
I was about to ask a very stupid question.
Which was what?
What year did Kyrie hit that shot? It's like the only
What
thing
year
people
was
really
that?
remember. Because I feel like I have a picture of me on that day. That's why
I
I'm
do.
on
That's how I
Facebook
remember what
right
I was
now.
wearing. Because I got the Bel Air bottle like, hey.
You know what's funny? We talked about we never mentioned Bron.
Yeah.
Mention them.
Would he be in y'all? Is he in y'all top 10 best scorers y'all watched in y'all lifetime?
Yeah. Top 10? Yeah. Hell yeah. But the question was best, so that's why it didn't come up much.
Yeah, Bron got to it, man. Bron got to it.
And
There's a lot of guys we didn't name, though. It ain't like we didn't name Wade.
Yeah.
We didn't name Bron.
Tim Duncan.
Yeah, I'm okay with those. You think Tim Duncan's a conversation for best scorer ever that you've seen?
No. No, I was just mentioning the great players that we've seen.
Okay.
But he's saying it's in context of scoring.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, who one of the best scorers of all time?
Allen Iverson. And that 1 year of Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, that one year.
2017, 2018 IT. Come on,
Oh
man.
shit!
I did
That's
mention
my
Iverson.
favorite.
I seen Iverson. He was different. It was amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, we got him coming back to the league next year.
you funny.
You crazy.
The player pitch will actually. The player pitch is going to become a thing for the awards.
Kelly Johnson just did it.
Yes, that's what made me say that. We seen Wemby, we seen Draymond. This is going to start to be a thing. Y'all think like
No, because I think that most of our players are just too cool to
Okay.
actually do it.
okay?
I think they're too cool to actually
Yeah,
do
Shea is never going to be like, man, y'all saw what I just did,
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
or is that because he already won it?
That probably
think
plays a
so.
part.
Yeah.
But even then, he's always been somewhat of a cool guy.
He's
Or try
cool,
to
for
do
sure.
that. So I don't think last year he would have done it if it was close. But it wasn't
It
really
do
close,
help
right?
though. It helped for sure.
I think
It definitely helped. We see it in that real time. It helped.
So I wouldn't be surprised if some players actually did start doing that.
I want Luka the next year after the first game to start it. And
Yeah.
every 10 games, just keep it going. Keep it going. Add one more talking point to why you should be MVP.
But what if you have a really shitty week though?
I'll
Don't
be
say
back.
nothing.
yeah.
But what is a shitty week like for Luka? 32 points out of 37?
I
One
don't
and
know.
4.
He had a couple weeks. They was saying he was looking pretty bad.
He was.
I guess you just gotta say, hey, I'm human. Every MVP has a down week.
Ime is on a hot seat and can't afford a first round exit.
No cap.
No cap.
You said cap?
I said no cap.
Oh. I'm on one that we can disagree on. But I think that is truth.
Yeah, no cap. And I really like Ime as a head coach.
He would definitely probably be hired pretty soon.
It's just
Even if it's just a lead assistant.
From what we've seen, the few years that we've seen, it seems like he's a very good floor raising coach. And maybe he doesn't have the
So he
ceiling
should go to the
raising aspect.
Magic.
He should go to the Magic. I genuinely don't hate that idea for Ime. Like, that ass. They'll win 50 games if Ime was the coach.
Hell yeah. He'll get the best out of his players.
Yeah, it's tough because there's a lot of things that I think Ime can't solve on the court. Like he can't help that he doesn't really have like a traditional point guard to really set things up. It's tough that he can't help some of his players shoot better than 20-25% from three. Like it's stuff that he can't control. But I do look at the times where Kevin Durant is getting double teamed. By the time that kept happening, don't you think you would have installed some type of scheme or some type of
For
safety
sure.
plan? It's always easier said than done, but I feel like those are some things that could be taken care of.
Cooper Flag is the rookie of the year.
Ooh, wait. Cap. I'll say it. Cap.
Oh,
I think it's Khan.
man, it's hard.
Now, I might shift when we do our official episode in 2 weeks. But I think it's Khan, man.
You know what? Y'all ride with Con. I'm riding with Cooper, man.
I
I
ain't
think
mad
I
at it.
still got Cooper Flag
I'm
too.
gonna ride
like,
with Cooper. I think he's got some time in these last few games to really get back on the track. Before he went down, he changed those conversations real quick because it was riding with Con. It was riding with
I
Con.
wonder how close it is.
I think it's pretty damn close.
No, I mean, I'm thinking betting wise.
Oh, I'll say Cap too. I'll go Concanipple. They both have had crazy good seasons. I love the fact that they going toe to toe with it too. Like this last week and a half is probably gonna matter.
It's such a difficult conversation because we have a everyday one option versus a every second, third.
It was
one
people on
option.
Twitter saying y'all was quiet when Cock and Nibble had that game against Philly.
What do you have against Philly? I actually don't
3
know.
or 14.
Oh, okay.
But he still had 11 rebounds.
So
You
he's
gonna find
impacting the
him.
game.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it tough because obviously Cooper Flag is tasked with way more things on the night-to-night basis. But the efficiency for Concanipple and the fact that that team is just guns blazing, one of the best teams in the league when Con is out there, I think it.
He's gonna go down as probably one of the better to if not one of the best shooters of all time. The way
Would
he
y'all be
even
mad if
started
they did a
off.
split?
I don't think I care enough about the award.
You talking about if they
to
did fit like the
Jason Kidd, Grant
Yeah,
Hill.
because that's one of the awards that don't matter. And like you can win Rookie of the Year, and the guy that was runner-up has a way better career than you.
I wouldn't
Happens
really
all
mad
the
at
time.
that.
Emeka Okafor, Dwight Howard.
I think
type
it would
shit.
be a cool story too, since they were like teammates. Obviously, it had like their own little rivalry. I think it'd be cool.
Just don't do that for like an MVP or something that actually matters. But Rookie of the Year, who cares? Yeah, split it up if you need to. I wonder, they split that up because the votes were exactly the same? Or it was like
Had to be because
both
of
these
the
guys are
votes,
good.
Last one.
Cool.
The Spurs are the biggest threat to the OKC Thunder.
No cap.
Or do y'all have the Celtics or
No cap.
This is
Nuggets?
I-
Lakers for Mike, maybe. I don't know.
I'm going to go no cap mostly because a lot of the identity of what OKC tries to do is get into the basket. And Wemby don't let you do that.
And also, Chet can't fuck with Wemby at all. Chet, I know we talk about Chet sometimes being like,
We definitely going to get a lot of Caruso on him in that series.
Yeah, when they supposed to have a rivalry?
yeah, and it seemed like Vic didn't shut that shit up completely.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And it's not a bad thing
I know
for
we
Chet.
offensively say Chet
It is a
sometimes
little bit
just
because
like,
he got to go against him damn near every playoffs it's going to be. So you
Yeah.
always have to go through him. So you better fight back, Chet. Fight back.
yeah, when they play it, don't look like there's no fight back. It's just Vic just dominates.
Do we bite back, Luke?
Okay, before we get out of here, we want to say thank you to our partners over at DraftKings. Fellas, you know all about DraftKings Pick6 by now, where you can pick more or less the different players' stats for the upcoming games. Just pick your favorite players, put in your pick set, look at the stats, go more or less, sit back, relax, and see if you made the right decision. As you know, this whole season, me and the guys been going against each other to figure out who can put together the best picks on a daily basis. Can we take a look at what that leaderboard looked like with just 2 weeks to go? Darrick, big lead all season long, 0-3 week. Pierre, 2-1 week. Me, 3-0 week. And then Mike, 2-1.
I'm feeling good after my 2-1 week.
It-
I can only look at myself.
We told Darrick he was going
Jealousy
to
is
slip
the thief of
about
joy.
that spot. He didn't believe us.
This is crazy. It's like y'all are like the Charlotte Hornets, and I'm like the Orlando Magic or the.
That's
like,
a
I'm
bad comparison.
I just did the math. We got 6 more episodes of NOTB before the end of the regular season.
Yep.
Not accounting Saturdays, tune in Saturdays. So that's how many more picks we got until we crown the champion. Mike, you've been way eliminated from
I
contention.
gotta pretty
But-
much go 6-0, and hope that y'all slip up a little bit.
Whew. How confident do you feel about
I
that?
feel good, KB.
Okay. You sound good. All right, so let's see if you start that 6-0 streak right now. You have Alperen Şengün more on points, 19.5 versus the Knicks.
Yeah, Big Alpy. He finna come out there, put shoulders in the chest with Big Purr. I don't think Cat want that smoke. That's why I'm riding with this one.
Pierre, you asked a question about Rookie of the Year. You got potentially Rookie of the Year Cooper Flag, 22.5 points more versus Milwaukee.
That's why I took him. We got to lock in. It's about 6, 7, 8 games left. It's his chance to make sure he submits himself as a Rookie of the Year. I think Cooper Flag is going to come out here in this last stretch and put on a show for us.
Mike, LeBron James, 18.5 points more versus Cleveland.
Yep, I love this pick. I wish it was in Cleveland, but I think Bron finna put on the show tonight. One thing about the Cavs too, sometimes they be a little slow to get back in transition, and even at 41 years old, Bron still be using them legs. He can get out there. So
I'm trying to continue my hot streak. Paolo Banchero scored 9 points in the last game versus Toronto Raptors. Today, he got the Suns. I'm going more on his points at 22.5. You know,
Vibes ain't high on Orlando.
it ain't high, but Paolo can still score.
Paulo's still been
he
doing
might
it.
shoot like
Hopefully.
10, 12 free throws. It's gonna be
You
a
know he
physical
gonna
game.
get to the line.
It's gonna be
You
a
know he
physical
gonna get to the
game.
line.
So
Okay, so when we come back, we got a little bit more numbers on the board. For those of you who haven't checked out DraftKings Pick6 yet, there's an exclusive offer waiting for you. Right now, new DraftKings customers can play free with $25 in bonus picks and 100% winning boosts. All you have to do is download the Pick6 app and use promo code ENJOY when you sign up. Pick6 available in most states, including Florida, Texas, and California. So don't be afraid to get in on the action. Ride the upside with Pick6. Before we get out of here, I just want to remind y'all that we had just one little shift in our schedule when it comes to the Enjoy Basketball Hour on Peacock. We are now premiering at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time instead of the traditional, 12 Eastern or something. So they pushed us, or we'll now be playing right before the basketball games start. So tune in to that, because you do, remember, if you're a YouTube watcher, you do get an extra Tuesday episodes exclusive.
Which is
to
what this
Peacock.
is.
Thank y'all so much for watching or listening to this episode. Be sure to tune in to Tee It Up tomorrow, and we'll be back with numbers on Thursday. Peace.